Oh, how are we doing, everybody? Welcome back to a royal mess on the Sean Atwood channel. I hope everyone is doing really, really well. I am still waiting for the panel members. So I thought, well, I'll be honest with you. The last few weeks, there's been a lot of the usual crew have been busy. A lot of people are traveling currently, and there's a lot going on. So I thought I'd see how tonight goes, and if everyone was still kind of busy and having a moment of their own lives, um, then maybe for a few weeks we'll put off a royal mess and I'll do something else on a Friday and let everyone kind of regroup and rally, if you will. Because I prefer with projects and things like this, I'd rather, put it on hold than sort of try and push it along, if that makes sense. But how is everybody doing? Hope you're having a wonderful Friday. It's Friday. Actually, we're not on this one. We're on this one. This is the Super Capri Suns, if you know what I'm saying. But like I say, I hope everyone is doing well. I'm going to jump into the VC on Discord, just in case we're here by myself. And for me, I love the royal stuff, but my resources are getting stretched between so much right now that unless I've got a team behind me with the royals, I'm struggling to kind of pull royal stuff together. Whereas the plans I have for the next few weeks until everybody kind of settles down and gets back to what we're doing is way more kind of versatile of what kind of a show we can put on. And so I just want to create a good Friday night for everybody. And obviously it started with the royals. I'd like to stick with that. We'll hopefully be able to rebuild all of this. But if not, I'd rather go out strong and be like, hey, it was great. But here we're at. Link for Discord. No problemo. 1 second, please. There is a Discord link. So again, if nobody turns up tonight, we'll know that everyone's kind of busy, and I'll put this off for a few weeks, and we shall try something else, which is great because I like trying other things, and there's a lot of stuff going on the channel right now that is really getting major focus. I think a lot of you have been following along with the Diddy series, and my passion always lies in investigative stuff. It lies in true crime. It lies in that kind of genre. Hi, Ron. What are they up to? The royals? I don't know. We're going to find out soon. I'm letting people just kind of populate in, and then we'll go through some royal headlines. Because when I'm on my own, that's what you can expect: a man reading some stuff off the internet. So Ron sporting Jason Newsted hairstyle. Are you having a who the? I don't even know who Jason Newsted is, but this is how it's been for years, mate. Okay. If anything, I set the trends, okay? I set them. Don't follow them. All right? Yeah. I'm watching you. Ron, hang on. Can you please explain Discord? Discord. Okay, so Agent Orange, do you remember the internet in the 90s when you went to a dial-up modem-style internet forum and it would have like movies, pictures of my dog, all this kind of stuff down the side for people to come join the forum and share that kind of stuff? Imagine that kind of format, but in a private app with like a main chat section for everyone to join and chat and all that kind of stuff. It's great. I'm not being funny. Our Discord is, if you Google what is Discord, and it's like snotty nosed teens using it for game and stuff. We're not that. We're actually, it's freaking awesome, man. The diversity of people, ages, and lifestyles is freaking awesome. A few new highlights. Okay, no. This is just my natural hair. This is just natural. Okay, I do have a pink light on up there though, so if you're seeing, and a blue light over here. So if it's picking something up, it's probably that. But listen, my hair's freaking fabulous. I don't need anybody to freaking tell me that. Jesus. I mean, come on. I have eyes. All right. So if over the next few weeks you see something new on a Friday, I'm always going to incorporate what's going on in the headlines and the main sort of stories of the week for the first part of the show. I want to bring on guests that are sort of different than the ones we've been having. And I want it to be purely based around entertainment. Okay. I don't want it to be Friday night horrors. You know what I mean? So if you guys would be up for something like that, where on a Friday we kind of hang out, we have some guests, we talk about stuff that's going on in the news. It would be like Diddy and the young Philly situation, all kinds of things like this. We bring on guests that are maybe nothing to do with any of that, but are interesting and entertaining people, and we talk with them. I've also got a segment planned, because I'm all about the segments on this new show, right? And it may be that a royal mess is a segment in this, but I've got some pretty interesting friends in the world of the. Listen, Leslie. Okay, I tell you what. How about this, Leslie? I'll make you a deal. All right. See if the royal mess just turns out to be me sat by myself. Okay. For the diehard royal mess fans, I will make sure that on a Friday, maybe at 8:00 for an hour, we do a royal mess regardless, and then we go on with anything else. How about that? Would that be better for you guys? Let me know. Because I'm happy to do that. I don't want to take something away that a lot of people do enjoy. I just don't know how interesting I am sat here trying to pretend like I have knowledge of the royals, if that makes sense. Do you know what I'm saying? You need to contact more. Yeah, well, do you know, it's funny, because that's exactly what the format is going to be. It's going to be creator based, maybe some music, right? But certainly more of a multi-topical show that is designed to have us start the weekend nicely, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean? Like, we'll talk about hard hitting stuff, sure, but and I've got a segment right here that was originally going to be a show years ago with, you've all heard of Hot Ones, right? So this is Caught Ones, right? A weekly roundup of scum heading to jail. You get what that is, but it's sort of a little bit more engageable. You can kind of relate to it a little bit less than it's like a traumatic thing. Do you know what I mean? We're going to bust the chops of some morons who'd thought children are okay to date, and we can poke some fun at them. You know what I'm saying? You can always poke fun at one of them, man. They are, what it is. So I'm just reading the side chat, guys. Paula's actually messaged me today. I don't want to speak too much about, because I don't know I think everyone knows, right? So she's having treatment right now, and her treatment's overlapping with the day show. Paula was on the show last week, I think, with P. Dinah. So there's nothing going on. It's just like I say, listen, I'll be honest with you. If there was anything going on, I would just tell you, because the internet's the internet, mate. You can't lie to it. So if there was anything going on, I'd tell you. But like, everyone is they've got things going on. And I don't want to. Oh yeah. Oh shit, Queen's Guard. Okay. This is the manifestation of a man who's been riding the coattails of his co-host since they started, and now here we are. All right. So Meghan's mole is currently doing something that I don't know if I can mention either, but she said she's going to try and pop on if she can find somewhere quiet. So yeah, if there was a big conspiracy, I would just tell you all about it, but there's not. Because you got to remember, as sad as it sounds, Paula is one of the people that I've spent more time with in the last year than a lot of other people that I know. Do you know what I mean? So, plus she's honest as well. She would tell you as well. Yeah, of course I'll send Paula love. Have you seen the red dress? Yes, the red dress, Meghan's fashion. I tell you what, I'm fully qualified for that, ladies and gentlemen. I am fully qualified, right? Oh, listen. When you say I'm doing a good job, effectively, right? I can just sit here and talk, mate. Right? That's the thing with me. Like, so that's the thing with me. Oh yeah, has she not already worn this red dress? Why is she wearing it again? Have we not already covered this? It looks like the same frumpy red number, right, that we talked about weeks ago. Am I wrong? Can someone fill me in on this? Can somebody Because we've talked about this, right? I mean, surely we've talked about this. Okay, what is going on in Discord? Okay, nothing. Okay. The dram nest is about 5 minutes. Okay, so okay. So I have to say, right? I mean, can I just ask something, ladies, right? See this bit of a dress, right? Okay, see this cuppage thing, right? I kind of feel like in the man's world, that's kind of like in the trouser area where you would get tailored, if you know what I'm saying, right? Is this not where you would get? Is this not? I mean, surely that must be. I mean, you know, I almost feel like it's. I feel like it's like this shouldn't be doing that. Like this shouldn't be making that. That should that not just be like a. Do you know what I'm saying? Can we cup? Needless to say. I mean, what the fuck? Why is everything crushed, man? Also, what is going on with this leg? What is going on with that? Oh man, this we've jumped in the deep end here, people. All right. Okay, listen, I want to say something right now, Mary Sharp. Okay. Okay, many people in the world suffer with that condition. Okay. It's not a laughing matter. All right. Some people go out, they sunbathe, they fall asleep, it rains, and the rain falls, and they wake up, and it's like tiny little cups. All right. Tiny little cups. Okay, I'm just running errands. Yes, Cynthia. Yes, Cynthia, run those errands, my G. So wow. I mean, it is kind of crazy. It is kind of crazy. Hang on. Anything new today regards Sean Ron's chat? No, we are treading water talking about the Royals. We've got 1,100 over all platforms, and I just want to say thank you very much for you all to being here. For you all to being here. Wow. Okay, this is a better one. I can't believe that we're sitting here and the image that I'm about to show is like Meghan Markle's entire chest area blown up to 300 times percent. I think we'll just reduce it to 90. All right. All right. We'll just reduce that down to 90. So this looks tragic to me as a fitting issue, right? This has to be a fitting issue. Like this bit here looks like it should just be. Why are they left? What? I'm sorry, right? I'm sorry. They've done her dirty with this, surely, because is this? I'm not making it bigger, right? Because it will offend someone. But surely this little bit here. Oh, no one can see what you're pointing at. See this little bit here, right? Surely this should be over here, and that should be one seam going down both of them. I feel like this can't just keep happening. Okay, this can't just keep happening. Hang on a minute. People are freaking out about canceling the Royal Mass. No, listen. It's not that they're not showing up. Okay, people in Discord. It's not that people aren't showing up. It's just everyone is really busy right now. If I was disbanding it because we'd all fallen out, I would tell you. Or if people weren't showing up, I would tell you. I'd be honest with you. But everyone, there's people are just doing stuff. Do you know what I mean? And I'd rather deliver something. I mean, listen, we're still having a freaking good time. Everyone just freaking relax, okay? Everyone just goddamn well relax. I feel like she's been done dirty here, but why is she wearing this dress again? She's worn this dress already, right? Okay, not that you're not allowed to not wear things twice. She does look. She does look. She does look. She looks great. All right, we're just going to say that. That's what's going on with this leg, though. Like everything. Also, why is her arm so long? All right, I've got way too many questions. This is, I mean, to show you how we can make content out of nothing. This is testament to that. This is testament to that. This is a testament of someone waffling for content. Red dress again. That it does look like she. There it is. Or is that the same place? This could be the same place. Children's Hospital Gala. All right, who cares? It's a freaking dress, okay? I think, to be honest, I've always been I consider myself an expert in the Meghan Markle fashion assessment genre, okay? I will feel like that was my pièce de résistance when it came to the royal mess. Exactly. It's all good. It's all content. We're here for it. My G. Thank you. Exactly. Exactly. Just a man on the internet talking nonsense. Okay. It's been around since the dawn of time. Oh, do you know what? I done an expose video on loopholes in the laws for nudist communities. And crazy, man. Crazy. Crazy. It was a big expose video on the old channel. And that doesn't mean all nudists are like that, but when you've got nudist colonies, nudist groups having 10-year-old birthday parties and filming it and then selling the DVDs, I'm going to take your website down. All right, all right. Okay, let's carry on with this. Okay, let's talk more crap about stuff that Meghan wears. I could do this shit all day. What else we got? Let's just put Meghan Markle outfits. Yeah. Yep. Yep. You guys, and just to be clear, you're the ones who made this happen. Side chat. Okay. Oh my God. What does she like? Why is there no one? Can we just? I'm happy for the UK to pay for it, but can we get her a stylist or like an iron, right? Or even just like somebody off the street who works at like Walmart in the clothes section to just give her a once over and go, okay, like come on. Like, I'll be honest with you. Like, I honestly don't think, what is this? What is this, Meghan? I'm sorry, what event was your almost underboob top from? Like, you are skirting a dangerous line there, Meghan. Okay? Okay? That is a dangerous line. All right, hang on. I need to find the freaking page. Here we go. Stylish. I need to see the article. I need to go deeper on this one. Celebrity looks. Okay. Look. You're spoiling my fun with the ad blocker. I get it. I'm talking to myself now, people. You're going to have to deal with this. It's you, me, and the voices in my head tonight, guys. Please like and share. It'll really help me out. Listen, I'm not saying it's a bad outfit at all, but have you ever like owned a t-shirt, right? That when you like stretch and put your arms up, it like rides up, right? And maybe if you're a husky, bearded, long-haired guy, right? Okay. And you get a bit self-conscious of like your belly button suddenly being out to the world. That's why I couldn't wear that. At some point, I'm going to try and catch something because I've had a few cocktails. And if I was Meghan in that outfit, of course, as a whammon, all right, we may have ejection of things. There we go. Nailed it. So yeah, that's it's but it's not a bad outfit. It really is. And also as well, like I see women, right? And like waistlines and stuff. Like, see if I went out in a crop top like this and then just pulled my shizzle up to like 4 inches past my belly button. I think people would say something. In fact, I think if I just wore a normal outfit and then pulled my stuff up to here, okay, people would have something to say about it. Any men in the side chat ever worn your stuff this high, Simon Cole? Because it always fascinates me. And I'm not criticizing women at all, in the slightest. But this, if I suddenly woke up as a woman tomorrow, I'd be so confused. Like, I've got my size what? And then I've got a waist here and a waist here. It's a madness. It's a madness. Hang on a second. Is this Sean Atwood program? What happened to Sean? Sean is been here all day. I'm Ron, one of the the other producer for the Sean Atwood channel. I do the Daily Show. I do the Friday Night Show. I do the True Crime during the week. So you've not tuned into the wrong channel. The channel has not been hijacked. I'm just the other guy who works here. All right. So listen, Ron, I can't even remember what the Ron, you've got the hair for starters line was about, right? But listen, I'm fabulous. I don't care what anyone says. Man. Talk. You can. Haters gonna hate y'all. But no, I'm only busting your chops. Do you know what? Let's put on terrible. Let's not play it in Meghan's favor, right? Terrible Meghan Markle outfits. Okay. All right. So I don't know if I would say these are terrible. I think Meghan Markle. Oh my God. Okay. Please tell me this is an event or something. Like, please. Oh no, that looks like that could be some country's national dress. Not this time. No, no. We ain't going to show that and then bust chops and find out that I've been culturally inappropriate. Not today, Twitter. Not today. Who's Ron? I'm Ron, and where's Sean? He is just finished doing, I think, 2 hours worth of live streams. So yeah. Also, as well, maybe you guys don't know this. Hang on a second. Let me show you something. Let me show you, lovely people. A little summer. Oh, thank you. I appreciate the honesty. I sometimes hate myself. So same. If we go to the Sean Atwood channel, right, and you click on lives, you should get all these lists of lives here, right? And now to help everybody out, all the ones that have Sean in them have got this orange logo up in the corner, the Atwood Unleashed logo. So you can see Project Rook up in the corner. That's me. So we've had me, Sean, me, Sean. And then you can see we've got all this stuff here. So you'll be able to see. So for example, if you're not a huge fan of me, and I respect that, don't worry. You can choose this way. And that's perfectly fine. Okay. I don't need anyone's what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. I don't need anything from anyone. I'm cool with myself. But there's a lot more that I'm trying to expand on with the channel. I've got a 3-part series starting this week. I believe it's starting on Monday with Tess, the forensic psychologist, and we're looking at the Diddy and the cult of fame and breaking down previous cases to paint the scene for people who are new to this sort of monstrosities and these horrible actions, to show that history once again is repeating itself, to set the stage for the next 3-part series where we're diving into the big red skinned guy with the horns and the devil legs. Do you know what I'm saying? Him and Hollywood and Diddy and magic and horrible stuff. Yeah, well, listen. I'll be honest with you. Let's say, for example, I feel like this isn't a royal show, because we're kind of jumping about all over the place. I don't want you thinking everything's going to change. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going anywhere. Do you know what I'm saying? I just love to. I just want to do something epic. Do you know what I mean? I want to do something epic. It's Friday night. Do you know what I mean? And I love doing the royal mess. It's just, you got to remember, a lot of the time I've not got a lot to contribute. Do you know what I'm saying? And I've got a lot to contribute. It's just I don't know this topic as well as I should. And that's me just being honest with you, wonderful people. Do you know what I'm saying? Right. Whoa, what are these outfits, man? That could be another national dress. There's no way you're wearing that without that being a national dress, surely. What is this? Is she pregnant in this? What am I looking at here? What am I looking at? Also, I was watching YouTube this morning, and it was like an Australian YouTube group standing outside in the sun with woolly freaking hats on. Do you know what I'm saying? That's my mum. Big shout out, my mum. That's me as a child there. That avatar there is tiny Ron. Yeah, big shout out to my mum. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying. Every view's a view. All right. I'm just saying. Like, what is going on here? Is she pregnant? Is that a pregnancy thing, or is that just a poor shadow? I don't know. But you watch me sit here for 90 minutes and talk about stuff as if I know what I'm talking about. All right? Okay? All right? Like, okay, somebody tell me, is this a national dress? Is this national dress? Can we talk about this, or is this a national dress? If it's a national dress, love it. Love it. Okay? Is this a national dress? Can someone find out? Because I've got some questions about the pom-poms. Okay. I've got some questions about the pom-poms. Okay, for legal reasons, okay, Livy said it's okay. Okay. So, what's going on here? if there was ever evidence, oh, okay, are we sure this is okay? It's a designer, nice one. Like, if there was ever evidence of Illuminati, what's the word? Not embarrassment, not shaming, shaming rituals. Yeah, that's probably the one. If there was ever evidence of that, I mean, it's this shirt. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've probably went on holiday to Ibiza at some point in my life and bought a very similar shirt for going on holiday. All right. Not with these shoes, I have not. Okay. Never been. Oh, darling, have you got the brown suede slip-ons? Have you? Darling! Oh, shit. Oh, God. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't. What is going? What are these shoes anyway, mate? Do you ever think, right? There's people out there that are so rich that their shoes are so fancy that when they're starting to like wear out a bit, they get them resold and conditioned, right? Like, when have you ever owned a pair of shoes? I maybe owned a pair of boots that I've got attached to, and I'm like, yes, I will keep you alive. But I mean, come on, it's time to let go, Harry. It's time to let go. And yes, keep the toes covered. I appreciate that. Okay, so are we going to talk about this? You guys want to take a swing at this first? Like, what's going on with this? What is this? What is this? Fucking Little House on the Prairie, like, madness here. She looks like she's going to go and churn milk in like the 16th century in Sweden up a freaking hill. He looks like he's about to burst into song, mate. You having a laugh? And what is that meant to match? What is this accessory meant to match? Do you know what? I don't even care if nobody's interested in hearing this. I'm sitting and ranting about this. We are going. Okay, what is that? Okay. Oh no. Okay, we'll let her away with that one. Somebody mentioned fashion, and here we are now, people. All right, this is where we're at. Okay, so I want you all to picture in your head, right, the big worm from Beetlejuice, the sandworm. Okay, y'all picturing the sandworm? Boom! Is it a sandworm? No, Meghan. All right. Like, this is an interesting one. This was a really interesting choice. I'm not an expert, okay, but I'm thinking if you are not a very curvy, like if you've not got like that chamon, and there's nothing wrong if you don't have that, ladies, okay, all right, nothing wrong if you don't have that. But is this not more of like a figure, like this the horizontal stripes? Is that not a thing? Is there not like a rule, like a woman, like a fashion rule? Can someone come and fill me in on that? Yeah. See, Mary, you know the sandworm vibes. All right. Like, my Dan would love this. She would love the Beetlejuice vibes on this. Okay. Like, literally on our first date, the first thing she said to me was she held up her handbag and went, "Look at my Beetlejuice bag." And I'm like, yes, undiagnosed adult autism. We are meant to be. Okay. So what is next? I mean, she's really had some bangers. That see-through one, the see-through skirt. And what is going on there? No, can't take that one. What is this? No. All right. Okay, so right? Like, does anyone remember their grandma's living room, right, from like the 80s? And they would have these like heavy as fuck velvet curtains, and you would touch them and they would be kind of velvety and stuff, right? Okay. Don't make them into a dress. Okay? Don't make them into a dress. Yeah, no, I'm going to look up some actual news. Don't worry. Don't make them into a dress. I think we've had enough of me ranting about fashion. Meghan Markle news. I'm not being funny, but the first thing that came up was the damn red dress. Or at least an article featuring the red dress. So I might have to turn off an ad blocker as well. Give me 1 second, everybody. Also, I absolutely hate live streaming by myself without music. I don't have any music. So there's another useless fact for everybody while I try and figure out where the ad blocker is. Edit extensions, malware. There we go. Do I need to refresh this now? Oh, no, I refreshed this one. Okay. Nailed it. All right. Oh shit, that was a very unfortunate headline that absolutely corresponds with everything I've just been doing. I'm sorry, Meghan. I'm part of the problem. I'm certainly not part of the solution. What is going on? Why is everything opening? The Daily Mail is like a freaking fever dream of adverts. What the frick is going on? All right, I think we're good. Damn. Meghan Markle surprised a group of children and teenagers last week as she joined them for afternoon games and crafts. What a nightmare. The Duchess of Sussex, 43, visited Girls Inc., a Greater Santa Barbara of Greater Santa Barbara on October 2nd to help them with a new digital wellness program. I'm sorry! A new digital wellness program called Social Media U. Oh, I've got some fucking questions. I've got some questions, Meghan. Okay, so there's nothing. There's nothing. Social media for you. What, Meghan? What is this? A great environment with a new digital wellness. So she's bringing this digital wellness. So this is her thing she's bringing, right? Can someone confirm that I'm reading this right? To help with new digital wellness program. It's all right. Hang on a second. All right. Let's continue. 1 second, everyone. Girls Inc., an American nonprofit organization which encourages girls to be strong, smart, and bold, is partnering with hashtag Half the Story, a nonprofit education to nonprofit educated to improving dedicated. I need educated. The next generation's relationships with technology. What is Girls Inc.? Are these vulnerable kids? Is this just like an after school club, or are these vulnerable kids? Oh, yeah, I will, Michelle. Hang on. Coming on and saving my ass is what you're doing. So, hang on. Yeah. I'm getting there. I'm processing some shit. Okay, the reason that I'm processing some shit is because of this. Okay? The biggest children's charity in the world, whose headquarters are in the UK, has just had 4 or 5 of its non-profit organizations raided in a very large international human transportation case involving the children that they're trying to save. Does that make sense? Like, to me, yeah, yes. I hear you all. I'm hearing you all. I'm just processing stuff. In my brain. We're right here. See, it's that simple, people. It's that simple. All right. So when I read stuff like this, and I know you're all going to be like, oh, well, this doesn't have anything to do with that. Okay. Well, the man on the island, royal names. The diddler, royal names. Go and Google Haiti's children and the Clintons. Because arguably we could say Colombia, right? Or was it Cuba? I don't give a fuck. It's one of them, right? Arguably, I might say boldly that I think those places might be quite heavy as a stop-off point, or as heavily involved in the sort of transportation of people industry, right? I'm just totally putting a whole nation under the spotlight here. And Africa, I can't remember where they went. They've not got the best rep. And now we've got them working with kids, trying to keep kids safe online, when their main push was keeping kids safe from advertising that can cause them distress. That was their thing. The link sent out to Michelle as well. Don't worry, she's the link sent out to her. There she is. Yo, what do you make of all this? with a school, like the kids and the online stuff, Michelle, because you know where my brain instantly goes with this, right? Also, welcome, and I hope you're doing well. Thank you for saving my ass. I appreciate it.
Hey Ron, how are you?
Oh, just living the dream every day, living the dream. You know
I know you're doing a great job. You're doing a great job.
what is it they say about a dead horse? You can't keep it down. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
what is
That's
it?
me.
Drag a dead horse in a circle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk some royals, guys. Let's talk fashion. What were you guys going to talk about
Well,
today?
no, Ron's triggered himself now. We're well past the fun section of talking about fashion. All right, those days are gone now. Now we're in the dark end of the royals. Now we're in the stuff that you especially hate. But
I know. So let's get back to the stuff I can talk about.
well, look, the stuff you can talk about. Meghan Markle talked about being one of the most bullied people in the world while meeting teenagers in California charity. California boss reveals. So, how do you feel? First of all, let's take like the non let's take like I would consider you quite a normal person, right, compared to me,
Yes.
right? So let's hear like the normal person take on their quest to save children. How does it feel? Where do you land on it? And obviously say hello to everybody and do all that stuff first.
Hello. So, in regards to this article about Meghan Markle talked about being one of the most bullied people in the world, she is not bullied. No one has bullied this woman. They criticized her. They critiqued her on her own actions, but that's not bullying. Bullying is just being mean to someone for no reason, to pick on them, to make them cry. People, in my opinion, have not bullied Meghan Markle. As a matter of fact, they've called her out on her stuff. Now, yeah, in the beginning, when she joined the royal family, there were some a-holes who made some inappropriate, stupid comments, like just out of Compton. That was really lame. But other than that, I feel like everyone, especially the people in the UK, were happy. They embraced her. They gave her everything. They were kind to her. They were happy for them. So I don't know where the bullying came from exactly, because they didn't do what she wanted them to do. That's not bullying.
Mm, well, I mean,
She
I would
was
say she's. I
because
would
the
say there's a
royal
lot of
family.
people that bust her chops. Do you know what I mean? Maybe, but in saying that, is it really bullying if you don't see it?
Well, I mean, again, online hate, there are trolls everywhere. Catherine has received a huge amount of trolls. Charles has received hate his entire life. I'm not saying it's right. Two wrongs don't make a right. But for her saying she was the most bullied person in the world, I don't know if I believe that. Yes,
Michelle,
she's
the
trolled.
bitch is crazy.
She is. She is.
She's
But she
crazy.
also creates her own chaos. She's
I
a
mean, look
narcissist.
at that face right there. Look at that face. Look at that
Yeah.
face right there. Look at
Yeah.
that. Let me make it bigger for you. Here you go.
But what I'm loving right now, Ron, is they can no longer blame the British media. The British media. It's now the American press is coming
Yeah, oh, I'm loving that. That was the last thing that I really jumped
in
in on was
Hollywood.
the
Coming from
Hollywood publication bitch slapping her into pieces, Michelle. Like I've never read anything like that against Meghan. Like
yes,
that from a serious publication, shall we say?
and you
Can I
can't
turn
say
her
the
volume
royal
up? Yes.
family selling stories because it's coming from people, even third party vendors, ex friends, people who've known her for years in the industry. And those kind of stories, they've been following her around, like her little graveyard that she's been bringing around of her ghosted friends. She's been doing this for years. That happened well before she even married Harry. So she can't go into this narrative that they're just treating her unfairly because she's a 43% year old Nigerian princess.
Yeah, okay, but she's Argentinian as well. Don't forget about that. She
Uh,
nails the multinationalism. Here's,
yeah.
here's a fashion question for you though. So we decided that she looks like the sand snake in this. Do you think this handbag here is made of the testicles of her former fucking slain men that have fallen in her wake? I think so. Let's move on. So where do you land on this with the kids, man? Because I often feel like this is a Hail Mary thing because hey, how can you criticize the people that are helping the kids, right? Right?
Yeah, yeah. I think Harry and Meghan definitely need to stay away from other people's kids and focus on their own. The funny thing is, the other day, they talk about that new parents network that they're releasing to protect the kids. It's for the kids. Well, Instagram, I don't know if you're aware, I think you might have kids who are teens. They have a program specifically set up for online safety for teenagers where only a certain amount of people can contact teens. They can have stuff hidden from them. They have time limits. So all of these social media platforms, they already have those safety mechanisms in place. So I'm
Yeah.
still confused about what exactly are Harry and Meghan doing that's going to be
Yeah.
this new protection besides censorship, right?
Well, this is the thing, right? When we originally covered this, it was said that she was concerned about what kids see and advertising and all this kind of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like this, do you have any idea what the social media for you, whatever it was called? Hang on a minute. Here we go. With the wellness program called Social Media for You.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm googling this and nothing is coming up, right?
I've never heard of that. No, I've never heard of that. Social media U, like social media university or something. I have no
Well,
idea.
I've got a feeling this is going to be the next
A
jam, right?
digital wellness program,
Uh-huh.
an nonprofit organization which encourages
Oh,
smart
sorry, I'm shouting.
bold in partnering, okay, dedicated to improving the next generation relationship with technology to launch the program across the states. Okay, so it's a new program for kids, but again, there's a lot of these safety things
Yeah,
already in place. And of course, you have parents, right? Parents should be parenting. So again, I just feel like Meghan and Harry just jump on these little virtue signaling programs that don't really do anything. They don't
yeah.
do anything.
Well, that's the thing. But they tend to generate funds, right? Everyone wants to help the kids, right? Also, if anyone spotted this, we're checking this out, man. What was it? Prince George wants to be a chef before he becomes king. Can Ramsay please make that happen, right? Like we need that. Could you imagine if he worked in like a Pizza Hut kitchen for like even just 6 months? How much of a different king he would be compared to almost all other kings?
Well, it is kind of sad because, he is going to be king, so he can't live out his life passions. Like we all know that William still wanted to work with the air ambulance and he had to give that up, right? Because he's the future king of the UK. But the interesting thing is I've noticed that, Meghan is going to start ramping up a lot of her public appearances because Catherine's back. Right? And did you notice how Catherine had her little appearance with the kids at Windsor Castle, and then the next day, Meghan Markle is posing at the children's event with kids? I just
I'll
feel
be
like we're
honest with you.
seeing that.
I don't see. I don't think the last time I had a Catherine update, it
Oh, there's
was her proposed coming back date. So can you let me you just pretend like our audience is as stupid as I am and just fill me in on what's been going on with Catherine and I'll bring it up on the screen.
Well, Catherine and William went yesterday. They visited Southport, where I believe they were talking to the Southport stabbing victims, some of the parents that were there. About 3 months ago, there was that tragic Southport stabbing
Yeah,
attack,
I found it. I found it. I'm bringing it up now. Nice.
effectively with her husband, which was lovely to see her.
Yeah.
Um, they were there to talk to the people and the parents. And then last week, she was at, I believe, Windsor Castle, where there was a young teen girl who wants to become a photographer, and she's battling cancer. And Catherine
Okay.
and William met with her at Windsor Castle. So we've had two outings of her recently. So to me, I'm hoping that they're kind of slowly introducing her back into the public. There
Yeah, it
have
sounds
been
like
that she will be doing her Christmas program, is what I'm hoping. So I am hoping that will happen because she does her holiday December time. So I'm really hoping that she'll start maybe once a week coming out. She has her Heads Together program. She's been meeting with them. But that there's got to be plates flying because Meghan, this was her time to shine because Catherine was, out of the limelight for what,
yeah.
6 months, 7 months, but she's made a total failure of it. And
Yeah.
then trying to do the where's Meghan? They were trying to literally act like where's Meghan? Meghan's missing. I'm like, no, don't even try to act like, where is Kate Middleton's going to happen for Meghan. It's not.
I mean, this is quite a massive amount that she's done in what you just said. I'm just looking at the news headlines and things like that. So it does feel like that she is like soft landing back. Do you know what I mean? Like soft start back in the game. Yeah, I love that. Also, as well, can we just it kind of this is a new look for William, the Atwood beard.
Yes, we're loving it. We're loving the no shave November coming up. The winter fall.
Oh, okay, I'm with you. I'm not being funny, but if you shaved off William's hair, it would be like current Sean Atwood looking at Atwood from the past.
You know,
like that meme with the Spider-Man.
Do it. I think William could be a Baldy. He's got such a gorgeous face, beautiful blue eyes. I think he could do it, Ron. I do. I think he could do it.
You're talking to somebody who believes that's the only way. Okay, like this ain't the boss of me. Do you know what I'm saying? This ain't the boss of me. Take a freaking flamethrower at that bad boy. You know what I'm saying? So,
but the hilarious thing is, I've noticed Harry's kind of catching up to William, little Friar Tuckish. No offense.
Oh, I'm telling you now.
That right?
If I wouldn't be surprised if we found out that all their madness is secretly funding Prince Harry's hair growth regeneration plan and subplot, because that guy he's got what's the word I'm looking for? He's very self-conscious, I feel, about it. Because I mean, he has literally had adverts go out and photographs go out where they have clearly added on. They've added on some strands, if you know what I'm saying, on that mop. You know. So you gotta just say to yourself, how much time has Harry really got left? Because this and also William, I'm telling you now, William just got rid of this mad hair, right, and just grew the beard out, nailed it. Right?
Well, you know, a lot of monarchs. I'm eating my lunch, by the way. A lot of monarchs actually do have facial hair, so I think people are becoming a little bit more relaxed on the facial hair. He doesn't need to be. He's not in the military. I think he could rock it.
Yeah, I mean, I think so too. I mean, plus as well, I would well more respect a bearded king than a non-bearded king. Right?
Why is that?
I'm just saying, that's just personal preference. So that's
beautiful locks of hair, Ron. So
yeah, nothing lasts forever, man. Nothing lasts forever. You can't hold on to that shit forever, man. If mine started going crazy and I had a big madness going on here, you bet your goddamn sweet ass I'd be going the full bald. I go Ragnar like final series as opposed to Ragnar series 1. Do you know what I mean? We'd go with those styles. But I'll tell you what, I'll be honest with you. That's some freaking good news. Apparently there's ring drama. Do you know something about the sapphire engagement ring?
Oh, yes. Bring up the new picture. So it's not ring drama. She's been sporting a new ring. It's a new sapphire and diamond eternity band, along with her couple of eternity band that she got from William. Go to, I think it might be Vanity Fair that might have a close-up picture.
Sorry, I just did my own close-ups, man.
Okay, there you go. But it's beautiful. So it's a sapphire and diamond eternity band, which I did feature on my channel, and I'm probably going to have in my Amazon store, just FYI. But it's subtle, it's pretty, and she's wearing a 4-stack of rings. So she's got her Welsh gold wedding band. She has this micro eternity band that she got, I think, after she had George, and then she's rocking 2 new eternity bands, one with diamonds and one with diamonds and sapphires. So there's speculation as to why she's not wearing her wedding ring. I don't think there's any drama there. She just probably chose not to wear it. A lot of people think she's not wearing it because perhaps she lost weight, maybe her fingers are skinny. But I think it's pretty, it's subtle. I'm guaranteeing
I mean, that could be a thing too. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with getting a ring resized. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So was this a gift from William?
I would think so.
So William doesn't work. William doesn't work, right? So this is we paid for this. Is that what you're saying, right? This is the taxpayer gift.
No.
All I'm saying is we need some schools.
The Crown produces money from their own purse, gives it to the government. The government takes a huge portion of that and gives them back a percentage. Anyway,
it's a beautiful gift. It's a beautiful gift, and she wears it well, and it's very elegant. I have to say,
it is very elegant. Now, your fiance, don't let her see this because you might be having to buy something similar for Christmas to go with the engagement ring, Ron.
Listen. My lady is covered in diamonds and very fine opal. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just
Yeah, she
saying.
had a very beautiful wedding ring. Now you know
Do you know
there's something
I'm
called a push present, Ron. You know that,
what?
right? There's
No.
something
Well,
called
I know what I think that is, but I don't think we're talking about the same thing.
well, a push present after a lady gives birth. It wouldn't hurt to have some jewelry. Is all I'm saying.
Oh, she's gonna get some
I
jewelry.
should. I'll be quiet. I'll be quiet.
I'm telling you, she's gonna get some jewelry. You just not anything that you would think of. I'm telling you though. I'm telling you, man. I cannot wait for like 3 Cocktail Dan to
Was
return
she
to the
doing
world.
Christmas or Thanksgiving?
Well, the first due date was like Christmas Day, right? So it's going to be around that time. I'm just going to lie to her and say she was born in June. Otherwise, every person in her entire life is going to combine Christmas and her birthday together, and I wouldn't ever do that to
Got
anyone.
it. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, too right. You just reading the side chat. It was a good one. So here's me. I'm actually just looking for reasons to judge Princess Catherine's cuticles, but they're actually flawless. So girls
Yes.
nail game. All right, girls got nail game.
Right.
Also, as well, can we just talk about how fabulous her hand and finger placement is for this? Definitely not engineered to point out the ring shot, and nothing wrong with that. All right, nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying,
Exactly.
she knows what she's doing, man. She knows what she's. Oh wait, there's no other part of this image. It's just this is Catherine on her own. Girl looks great.
And
I just
she
want to say,
wore her outfit. I think that coat she rewore. She always does a rewore, and I think that's why Meghan rewore her red dress because she's trying to do like Catherine, re-wearing an outfit. Because we've never really seen Meghan re-wear
no,
clothes.
no, 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 no. We've never seen anyone in Hollywood, in the history of people being photographed, have we ever seen someone wear the same outfit twice? It's groundbreaking. It's groundbreaking. Okay?
Right. Well,
What it
and
is.
Catherine did it quite a lot, which I really liked about her.
No, listen, it's different when you're Catherine and everything you're wearing is like vintage Dior that the Queen owned at one point. Like that's a different level of class. Okay, you're allowed to rewear stuff that is priceless vintage couture. Okay, there's a big difference between vintage couture. I should know all this. Okay, but there's a big difference between like vintage couture and like Lucan or Shein online. All right, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Okay, Granny's curtains, bit of Shein, and whatever the freaking hell that is. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, do you know what was really sad about Meghan Markle was that I'm
Everything.
not sure. Well, yeah, I don't know that she was wearing a really pretty Carolina Herrera gown that she changed. She made the neckline lower, the slit higher, and it kind of looked like a home ec project. Like a high school girl had to go sew it for her final exam. Like she was making her prom
It
dress.
sounds like the sort of adjustments like any boyfriend would make to their girlfriend's dress without thinking at all. You're like,
Right.
yeah, more leg, more boob. Let's go. All right. Do you know what I'm saying?
And a lot of
That's
people
what
were like, well, Lizzie Cundy, that socialite who called out Meghan at the event, saying that Meghan was barely there. They almost ran into each other on the red carpet, which would have been amazing because Meghan ghosted her, right? So Meghan kind of ghosted her, added to her to the graveyard of ex-friends. Well,
yeah.
Lizzie Cundy called her out and said, first of all, I didn't see her inside. She didn't have a ticket, and she just showed up for the photos. And no one has proven
Wow.
that Meghan actually was inside. Even with her friend Kelly, no
Oh my
photos of Meghan inside at the table, but on the red carpet, she was literally
Oh,
like they were lovers, that they were on a date. It was weird,
what,
right?
what are the
So
chances? I mean, you're telling me she turned up, used her I'm Meghan Markle factor to get past the first set of ropes, to walk through the paparazzi, to then effectively just get an Uber home.
well, they're saying that she came with her friend Kelly, actually attended the gala because her
Okay, a +1. She's using the guys of the +1 sort of thing.
But here's the thing. If you're so about the kids, why didn't you buy a ticket to this gala? Why didn't you donate any money? No money has been donated. She
Yeah.
donated time to the red carpet, cozied up to the president of the hospital, who didn't even know who she was. He was like, who is this tart? She looked like
Wow.
the tart of Tinseltown, is what I call her, the tart of Tinseltown.
All right.
I mean, And she hung on her friend Kelly, who, in my opinion, Ron, if you looked at those two ladies and you didn't know anything, you would have thought her friend was the Duchess. You would have thought her friend was the royal.
Yeah, but listen, if you put anyone, regardless of fame, next to anyone else, and their stuff is in ironed and their dress is being tailored to frumpiness, you're gonna lose out via default. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, how hard would it be to just get someone to just look at her and go, okay, we need to iron this and we need to sort that out? I really do feel like it's not much to ask. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean,
well, Meghan always is a mess, and that is the difference between real royal women is they get outfits that fit them, they have people that tailor it, but the fact that Meghan took a designer gown and ruined it, it made it, she changed the seam down the front. That's why it looked like a home ec project, because she ruined it. I guarantee you Carolina Herrera is like, girl, no you didn't. Okay, you ruined my dress. She's never once told everyone, "Hey, look, the Duchess has worn my dress." She's quiet. She's hoping people will like not remember, because she literally destroyed the dress.
Is this the dress? The red dress is the fancy
Yeah,
dress that she
yeah,
edited, and oh
yeah.
wow, yeah, she really did
That
designer
she
dirty.
really messed it up. And if I was Carolina Herrera, I would be so embarrassed. So people are saying she went inside. She actually didn't. I think what happened is she did the red carpet, and then I think she went to like a rooftop where she was posing with like nurses and taking selfies with anybody who wanted it. And then they asked her to leave because
Yeah,
she didn't have a ticket. And my thing is,
classic.
you're rich. Why didn't you go with your friend to the dinner? That's weird that you walked a red carpet and then you exited the side door. If you're all
That
about kids charity, why didn't you
that's
put it back?
like, surely in the world of people who go to these things and they're famous, that is like a major faux pas, right? I mean, surely she can't care about what these people think. Really, this has to be
Now,
public image stuff, because how cringe. I mean, that is beyond cringe.
but you have to remember, this is after she's received the worst press for being a dictator in high heels. The devil, she
Yeah,
looked
it's
like the
true.
devil.
It's true.
You think you would show up with $100,000 check? You would be demure, you would be nice on the red carpet, but instead she looked like a little hotsy totsy. Like, look at me, look at me. She wanted attention, stealing the limelight from her friend, acting weird, clawing on her, right?
Yeah,
Because Harry got the
I never
claw.
got.
And then she just exits the side door, doesn't even leave a donation. That did not help her reputation. As a matter of fact,
Yeah,
she looked odd, right? People were like, is she on something?
yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to speculate here and accuse someone, but a lot of people were like, she looked weird. She looked uncomfortable, like she knew what people were thinking about her. But again, I don't think that appearance did anything to help her reputation. It made her look, in my opinion, desperate and sad.
It's beyond desperate and sad. Like, that's the sort of stuff that I would do for a laugh, for a video. Turn up to an event and try and get on the red carpet and get a photo taken before I get huckled by security. Brilliant content. But for Meghan, that is, I mean, I'm not being funny, right? I think she just generated the first piece of sympathy that I've ever felt for Meghan Markle from that. That is proper. That is sad. That's a sad thing to do. Non-ironic.
Yes,
Do you know what I mean?
if people turn that red dress into a Halloween costume, I'm just saying they should like do red dress for a Halloween costume. Come on,
Why is that a freaking epic idea? Like, why is that such a good idea?
right? I
Uh-huh.
mean, come
Yeah.
on. So there were so many weird things. I did a whole video on it if y'all want to go watch it.
Yeah,
But
go on.
my opinion, it's not going well for her, and it's not over. Ron, that German documentary.
Oh,
I think
I
it's
can't wait.
out,
I can't wait.
they're going for the jugular. They're going with the whole surrogacy thing. Like they're checking their paperwork with their legal. I would not be surprised if it came out next year. I really wouldn't.
I don't care. As long as it comes out, right, I'm okay with it. Is this our friend is this the plus one, effectively?
Yeah, Kelly.
Fabulous dress. Okay.
Okay,
I feel like dresses like this are a safe option where you're going to be sitting and the fabric doesn't look like it's going to crease so obviously
Right.
as this. Not that I'm in the knowledge. Right.
Okay. But Ron, if you didn't know these ladies, who would you think was the royal duchess and who was the plus one? Meghan was looking like the plus one behind the duchess, not that she was the duchess, right?
Yeah, if we were to go on who looks the most fancy, right?
Uh-huh.
I would definitely, this lady's winning every time. Do you know what I mean? That
Right.
analogy makes more sense to me.
And
You would,
that dress was so tacky. Now, what I was going to say earlier was Liz Cundy was also wearing a little bit of a provocative red dress. She had, cleavage, and she had a big slit on the side, but her dress was fitted. This looks like a home ec project. Big difference.
well, yeah. Plus, it looks like a split up the front. Really, I don't know if it is up the side.
It's really weird. And then she, not to be mean, but she had her legs open, and I'm like, Meghan, close your legs.
You see this bit here that I'm circling next. This
Yes,
area, right?
that's the most unattractive nipple cover.
Do you see that line here, that crease here that I'm sort of
Yeah.
correcting, sadly? Should this part here not be here and be one complete seam?
Actually, believe it or not, that is a part of the original design.
Okay.
But on the original dress, because it had if we can find the original dress, it had a higher, it wasn't so low in the front. I mean,
Okay.
Meghan made this extremely low. So it made everything look weird, and then the seam underneath it got really like poochy. And I think she might have made the slit higher too.
Are we looking at completely two different strap positionings?
It looks like it.
Oh my God, that is the most cringe thing about this.
It
That
looks like someone
is
sewed it in the back.
shocking.
It's
That
terrible.
is shocking. I shouldn't care. So, then listen, as a woman, are you meant to like pop them out? Like before you put the dress on, are you meant to be like,
Well, you would
popping
think
that out?
normally, yes, but unfortunately, the design of this dress, it had those weird coverings on the nipple. I'm like, they look like cinnamon buns. Like,
Okay.
this is why I'm saying, why would you choose this dress? First of all, Meghan has a lot of dresses where I thought she looked lovely. This needs to be burned. Like, it was the most atrocious dress, and then change the neckline. It looks a mess.
This is an absolute outrage. Like, this is an outrage. This is my years of staring at websites and noticing pixels that are out of position. This is
terrible.
Like,
and if we can scroll down to some of her stances, you can see what I'm talking about. Like, the dress was just baggy, and Meghan was like standing behind her. It looked like inverted nipples. I mean, it did. It did.
Somebody said that, actually, yeah.
And she had open-toed shoes with her feet. Not to be mean, but my lord, cover them feet.
Is she doing like a sassy glamour model pushing her chest out moment here?
See, I don't think hair worked with the dress. It was like beach wave, California chic with this atrocious red dress. To me, she looked like she was back to her showgirl days. Like, she was going to open up a suitcase and go, deal or no deal. Like, literally went back to being a showgirl, a wannabe showgirl.
Big shout out to all the showgirls. All right, just saying.
Nothing about showgirls, but I'm just saying, you're supposed to be this global icon. You're married to the king's son. You're supposed to be a duchess, and yet you look like you're back on Deal or No Deal with a briefcase, hiding behind your friend.
I mean, I'm just saying, ain't ever in my life seen a royal photo like that of any royal person doing the
never
whole.
Look like that ever.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? That's like the sassy whammon pose.
You know what? I think she was trying to do something here, but it didn't work. I think she was trying to wow people, because let's not forget, Harry just extended his tour. He's been gone for 3 weeks, Ron.
I'd be extending my shit. I would be extending that shit I'd be like, Megs,
but then
selling the shit out, baby.
With the red dress after her husband extends his trip, spends his 40th birthday away from her. I'm doing a whole thing. There's stuff going on in the
I tell you what, why don't you talk about your up and coming stuff while I quickly run and definitely don't run to the bathroom.
Okay. Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm going to eat lunch and talk. But yes, I do think that there's a lot of of mixed messages that Meghan and Harry are sending. It's like they're two different teams competing with each other, right? Someone said a children's charity, just like on tour, she was half naked all the time in front of kids. Exactly. To me, that dress reminded me of when she was in Nigeria, where she looked naked, where she was wearing like that pink dress. Again, hi Maria. Again, does she not have anybody? Does she not have any friends? Does she not have anyone to say, maybe you should rethink your outfit, Meghan? Maybe you should dress a little regal, a little classy, right? She literally looked like a hotsy totsy, right? A hotsy totsy, trying to get attention at a children's charity while her husband is on an extended 3-week tour and no check. No check. It's like, what was that about, right? In front of the school kids in a Muslim country. Yeah, what's really interesting, Egyptian princess? No one in my family in America really gives two, shites about the royal family. I am the only one who does. They'll ask me and say, "How's Harry and Meghan?" And then I talk for 5 minutes, and they start getting glossy-eyed, like they're bored. They want to talk about the Kardashians, right? But I showed them a picture of Meghan. And again, they don't follow the royals. And I told them, she dressed so inappropriately when she went to Nigeria. And they're like, huh? And when I showed her what she was wearing, they were stunned. They were stunned. They were like, wow. I said, yeah, she wore this to a school in a conservative country. And they were shocked. And these are people who don't care, don't have a opinion either way, and they were appalled at what she was wearing. So,
All right, I'm back. There we
yeah.
go.
Tiffany said the same thing. It's really funny because, I was telling them, Ron, that a lot of people in America, they don't really follow the royals. And I told someone when I was at a party, I went to go visit my sister in Kentucky. I don't tell people a lot of times what I do because you never know,
I understand that. No one in my family follows the royals either, and I'm in my family, so I get it.
Yeah, and I do royal commentary, and they think it's hilarious. But what's really funny, Ron, was about a year ago, my sister-in-law, I think it was around the time of the Queen's death, maybe it was 2 years ago, she was like, yeah, but they're so mean to that biracial girl. And I was like, girl, no, right? And then when I saw her a couple months ago, I was talking to her and she's like, yeah, I don't like her. And I'm like, so what happened? You went from feeling like she was a victim, and she's like, she's fake.
Well, that's how I started out. Like back in episode 1 to 5 of this, I was like, come on.
Right.
And you stick with it. You listen to the biblical teachings of Paula and her ability to just push information into your brain week after week. And it's like, this girl's crazy.
Paula, what? Paula and I don't agree on a lot of things, but Paula does get some. She gets the tea.
Oh, yeah.
And watching her video today, and she was talking about moving trucks that were at the Montecito compound. I mean, you just never know, right? You had the
maid. Fucking badass, man. Like she puts stuff out there, and then months later it gets picked up on, and listen. She is a very passionate lady, and that is what makes her fucking awesome.
Yeah, definitely is. She definitely is, and everyone here in this community is so well informed. I love to hear the comments. You guys are on it.
Yeah.
But so there's just so many different things. We can sit here and speculate.
Yeah. Don't piss off Paula if you've got a customer service number she can call. All right. You don't need that.
Yeah.
All right. You don't need that. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Ron's got lots of fun tinfoil hat theories about all of this. Like Ron loves having like debates where we set a set of boundaries. Like, Harry's the mastermind in all this. Meghan's the victim. Let's discuss that as a possibility for an hour, even though none of us think that. Do you know what I mean? Because it's good to push our brains into places where it would never go and have conversations based off of, debate and theory. It's fun. You know what I mean?
It's good to have a difference of opinion because you can learn from other people who believe differently than you. But we all come together and see the hypocrisy and the madness of Harry and Meghan. In my opinion, I do believe Meghan duped him. Now, I'm not going to say he's innocent, but I think that she definitely, hooked him in the beginning. But I do believe that the rose has fallen off the bloom, and I think he realizes what he has now. But he's kind of stuck with her, right? Because she's made it where it's hard for him to leave. Where is he going to go? He has no family, he has no friends, nobody wants him. He kind of stuck. He's stuck with her. So this is
Well,
why
listen,
I believe he's trying to become Hero Harry again. He's
well, listen.
reinventing
We've
himself.
we've all known families or had friends who've got that one mad bastard who none of the family talk to because of their wife or their husband, right? We all know that concept, right?
Exactly.
And when the bitterness builds up and the press aren't there and the family are sitting alone quietly by themselves, they'll have moments where they miss that person, right? They miss that family member who's gone. And sometimes that hatred that they thought was for that family member dissipates and it becomes hatred for their partner. And sometimes that can get to an extent where you turning around your family and saying, I will get rid of her now. Can I come home? Is enough of a spike bridge for the hatred they have for her supersedes their hatred for the family. Does that make sense? Don't ever estimate the power of the spiteness that people have, because I'm telling you now, I think William would sort his brother out, okay, if he denounced Meghan, cut her off, when said that bitches be crazy, all this kind of stuff. He would need to do something. I think his want for defeating her supersedes the family hatred. Does that make sense?
Well, he loves his brother. Blood is thick. Blood is there. Blood is blood. I think he'll always love Harry, but can he trust Harry? Harry's done a lot of hurt. Harry's done a lot of hurt. So yeah,
I don't know about the trust. That's a good point. That's a really good question. I don't know. I don't know about the trust factor.
Even if he divorced Meghan, I think he has a lot of healing to do. There's a lot of forgiveness that needs to go on. You know me, I'm big on forgiveness and healing. But again, Harry has to want to do that, and he has to recognize what he did. And that's a big step. Divorcing Meghan would be the first step.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
To go to counseling, because remember, he said in his book Spare that during Prince Philip's funeral, William and King Charles pulled him aside and they're like, look, we're concerned for you. Because remember, he was getting all these weird repressed memories from all that psychedelic stuff that he was taking. They were kind of concerned about the people he had around them. They tried to reason with him and he didn't want to hear it. So they have tried
what do you mean just having all these suppressed memories?
Well,
oh shit!
What?
I just broke my glasses.
Uh-oh.
I do this all the time. Like, I do this with mugs as well. Like, I'll pick a mug up by the handle and then the handle pops off. And I was just cleaning the lenses on my glasses and I've split the freaking thing.
Oh, I gotta address something. So this lady in the comments says, haha, we know Paula and Michelle don't like each other. That's actually not true. Paula and I are friends. We do like each other, but we do disagree quite passionately on the royals, especially King Charles. But Paula and I are fine. We're cool. I have respect for Paula.
Don't bring your drama madness into my side chat, okay?
But I want
we don't talk about other YouTubers, man, unless it's in a positive light. And I'm not saying you were saying anything negative there, but just to be clear.
No. Clear that up because there's that rumor and it's not true. So just
I hadn't heard that rumor. So
it was in the, I just want to address.
Oh my god. What is going on with the hair tonight? It's taking on a mind of its goddamn own. I swear to God. I'm really annoyed that I've broken these glasses. It's my last set of glasses.
But the part about the oppressed memories is, Harry was doing all that weird therapy and they was taking all of those psychedelics.
That's right.
And some people, they say they can produce false memories, and William and Charles were like, dude, what's going on with you? What's going on?
So it sounds like what he's talking about there is an ayahuasca style experience. When people talk about suppressed memories and all of this, there's certain fungus and certain magical things in this world that some people have went on journeys with that they compare to 30 years worth of therapy over that in 4 hours, and trust me, when a lot of people hear this who are, what the hell, are you okay, Michelle? Blink twice if you're being fucking put in the back of a fucking car right now.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was talking to the lady who's doing my grocery shopping.
Oh, okay. Right.
Was I making a lot of noise? I'm
It
sorry.
sounded like someone took your phone off you and were beating you in the head with
Oh
it.
gosh, I'm so sorry. I'll
It's
have to
okay. That's fine. What the hell was I just talking about? Anyone know what I was just talking about?
about the psychedelics and
Okay, yeah. So it's interesting because a lot of people who hear, substances and things like that, and they're very against all of that, don't really take a step forward to understand the differences between, you know, really horrible, dangerous things and some forms of psychedelic, and ayahuasca, and there's another one as well. I can't remember the name of it. People are having journeys, man. They are solving life problems. They are insecurities put in front of them to battle through, and they come out the other side having a life changing experience. Oh, she's doing it again, man. She's doing it again. Hang on, I'm
who
just going.
is?
You are. It sounds like you're being muffled. It sounds like someone's put you
Oh,
in a
I'm
bag.
sorry. I was typing. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself when I'm not talking.
It's all right. Don't worry. Don't worry. As long as you're safe, that's all that matters. So if that's what he's been on and that's what he's referring to with repressed memories, that's actually very normal and isn't like a side effect of somebody being completely off their nut permanently, lying on the floor. Just so that people understand the difference, right? Not that it really matters, but it matters to me, so I'm just explaining it.
No, I
So
totally agree.
yeah.
And I agree with you. And I always thought to myself, and it's funny because I did a live with Padina a couple of months ago, and both of us were like, yeah, if he divorces Meghan and goes back to the UK, Charles probably would take him. He would never be a working royal. I mean, that would never happen. But to be a part of the family, he would be like Uncle Andrew, right? But again, I think so much, it's been 4.5 years, so much negativity has come
Yeah.
out. Again, I feel like, I know he's kind of painting himself in a corner because if Meghan comes out with a burn book, they're done. Right? There's rumors that she's coming out with.
If
I think
if
he's going to wait till the divorce.
Oh man, if. Well, there's two different types of burn book, isn't there? There's the fun and playful one that you can sell at the media, and then there's the real serious stuff that'll get you sniped if you use it in the wrong way. Do you know what I'm saying, Michelle? Like, we're talking about the royals here.
Yeah.
It's a bit bizarre that we've had the man on the island and the diddler, and we've got royal names in both. Okay, and I'm sorry, but once is like fair dues. Okay, you don't sweat. All right, mate. Do you know what I mean? But
That
I'm
was
not. I'm not ready to count out anything that's going on with this big Diddy case. And again, I know that's not your scene. I don't know if you've been following it, but it is mad.
loosely. Well, my thing is this, about the disgraced billionaire who had an island whose name we shall not name.
Yes,
They
exactly.
never brought out any names because I believe when you get to that level, it's just never going to come out. So the
Correct.
thing with the Pediddler, I should
Right.
call
Yeah.
it the Pediddler, somebody said that when they release the name, we're never going to be the same. And I think a lot of people who are on TikTok, a lot of our lovely viewers here are a little woke. They're a little aware of what's happening in the world. I don't think all of us will be that surprised because I think Hollywood has definitely taken a
Yeah.
hit. The last couple of
Also,
years, people
we're
have become
Michelle's
that.
talking about old school woke, not new school woke. Just to be clear.
Right. Right. But you know what I'm saying.
Oh, I know exactly what you're saying. Yeah,
Like for me,
100%.
I don't watch TV. I used to be a huge, housewife fans. I used to be all into Hollywood. Now I just do YouTube, guys, and I watch old movies from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. I mean, hello, old-fashioned Halloween movies, please. I'm into nostalgia, right? Come on, Ron. There's some really good movies out there. I was watching some movies from the 80s last night. One with
Yeah,
Elizabeth.
listen, 80s and 90s, man. It was a special
Yeah.
time. If you haven't seen Weird Science or Ferris Bueller's
Oh
Day
yes,
Off,
I love those. I love those.
tell me how quickly we can get those ones remade for the current world, eh? Weird
Okay.
Science in 2024. Oh,
But
it'd be horrendous.
the best horror movies were from the 70s and 80s. I was watching the one about the babysitter where they're like the call is coming from inside the house. I mean, that's the scariest crap. Anyways,
I think
anyways.
this is perfect right now.
But
Well,
I think
here's the
a lot
thing.
of
No,
people.
no, listen. Since we're actually having a conversation here, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can back you up on that, right? So for me, I love old school horror with practical effects. Like, I've got a big respect for like the Nightmare on Elm Street sort of era, right, where everyone was sitting for hours in prosthetics and all of that. As soon as we hit the first generation, hang on a second, I have no idea who that is that has just come into my green room. Interesting.
But there's someone waiting to come on?
Yeah, but I don't know who that is.
Yes, Bengals, Black Christmas, old Lifetime movies. You guys, I just watched a movie with Elizabeth Taylor called, oh gosh, I think it was called The Watchmen, The Night Watch. Such a good movie. She was wearing a beautiful ruby ring. You guys have to check it out on Tubi. It's for free. I'm going to have a whole bunch of reviews in my next coming video, guys, but there's a lot of really good movies for Halloween if y'all like those types of things.
Yeah, person who's in the green room. Who is that? Who is that? Can you message me on something? Because I don't know how you got the link for this. And it's kind of freaking me out a little bit. I'm not going to lie.
Uh-oh.
Don't get me wrong. You look like a lovely person. Oh, she's gone. Oh, wait. What? I don't know. Maybe it was one of Sean's guests. I don't know. Who knows? But they went away now. When am I retiring? Mate, no time soon, my G. No time soon, sadly. So either, it's unsubscribe or get on board, because this ship's got a while to go yet. A while ago. Trust me.
Oh, someone said it was put in chat. Was it?
Oh, it was put in chat. Oh, that was me.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that was me. That was me. I thought it was a Discord link. Dickhead. Right, yeah, that was my bad. All right, you just pretend that didn't happen. That's fine. That's okay.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a Discord link. Join that. Apologies to the lovely lady who meant no harm and thought she was joining my Discord. I'm so sorry. I just want to say no harm done. Thank you for being very respectful. And that's what happens when you have a supercharged Capri Sun on a live stream. You just post a link out. But luckily, we're good. Like I said, that's why we have a green room.
Oh, someone said it was me. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so Goonies was. Do you know what's crazy? Do you know with the Goonies, they cut out an entire scene where they battled the massive octopus inside the cave, which kind of seems to me, and when you look back at the Goonies, they just arrive at the end, they find the treasure, then they're all in the water, but apparently there was a massive fight with an octopus. Why the frick would you cut that out?
I don't know. But did you watch Friday the 13th? They're doing a prequel, guys, a remake. It's called Crystal Lake. Yes.
Wait, say that again?
Okay, so did you ever watch Friday the 13th? You had to. That's a classic, right? Friday the 13th.
How many do they have to fucking make? Like, I get it, right? I get
it. Listen, they're making a prequel. It's called Crystal Lake, where Jason Brown. Yes, guys, I know. I don't
Who wants to write new stuff, right, Michelle? Who wants to write anything new? Let's just take some old shit and put a new fucking wrapper on it. Like, listen, please, Hollywood, listen, please. Hollywood, please listen to me. Just write some new shit. Or how about this? How about you see all the billions of books that get written every year? Not billions, but have been written that are amazing. Fucking turn them into a film. Okay, turn them into a film. Okay, yes. Please. Now, we don't need any more. We don't need any more remakes, please.
Someone was talking about Halloween with Jamie Lee Curtis, and it was really funny. I was in Kentucky this past weekend visiting my sister, and we watched. It was the latest installment of Halloween with Jamie Lee Curtis, where she plays like the grandma. I mean, it's like, seriously, how many of those have there been? And it was just called Halloween. I'm like, it's so confusing, right? I agree with you. We need some new scary movies. But the problem with the new scary movies is they use a lot of CGI. But you want to see.
Listen, here's the thing. Are we talking about gore fests, right? So, for example, Saw and things like this. And then we've got the paranormal horror, like all of that stuff. Okay. I don't know if I can actually say what I would define as actual true horror that's been modern. I'm really I'm right up my own backside about what horror is. For me, found footage is where my horror experience is at. Also, Lady Letitia, she's going. I just want to say as well, Lady Letitia has 2 sets in her house. She likes to do in the bedroom in the morning, okay, laid back, chilled on her extravagant bed, and now she is in the famous bathroom, the one and only, the lair of Letitia's lair, if you will. How are you doing? You're looking fantastic.
Great. It's so good to see Michelle.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing?
Hey there. I'm doing great.
I was
That's
talking
awesome.
absolute pants. And then Michelle was like, do you know what? I've not done any charity work this week. I will take leniency on this poor bastard and I will go on and I'll save his ass. So she did. I appreciate it.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I have to, yeah, listen. In fact, we're not going to talk about that because we're on a live stream. We're not going to talk about that. So what's been going on with you, Lady Letitia, since what's it been like 4 hours since we last seen each other?
Yeah, I went and picked up a little bit from school, and now I'm back. And I was watching the red dress segment, and it was so good with both of you and Michelle.
Well, this is another thing. Is it maybe just that she doesn't have the assets for the dress? Is if that dress had bigger assets, would the pokey out bit be a problem?
Yes.
Does that make sense?
It's inappropriate for the event, but maybe if she had worded to a different event, it probably would have been a little bit, if she could fill out the boob.
Listen, all I'm saying, right, is there's a madness going on with this dress. Okay, I'm not even at the point yet where I even give a rat's ass what the event was about. But it's I just don't understand why they can't just get someone to check this stuff. Just give the bitch an iron, give her an iron, and someone run over her with your eyes and go, okay, none of this fits. Let's pick something else. Please, for the love of fuck, please. I tell you what, Megan, I'll even do over Zoom call, right? And I won't even clout off it. I won't tell anyone. I won't be like, I'm secretly Meghan Markle's new like fail safe for her outfits. Okay, because I can't deal with it anymore. I cannot deal with it anymore. Okay, I can't. Okay, I just can't. Okay, it's too much. So where else are we going to go? Because I'm very close to derailing and talking a lot of pish. Okay, so one of you ladies better hit us with something amazing. I'm going to hit you with a forgiveness is more than saying sorry meme. Okay.
Well, I saw in the U.S. Weekly that they did a U.S. Weekly about them splitting up or breaking up or something like that. I don't have the magazine though.
Yeah, they're doing the separate lives professionally. They say that this is something we're going to cover in a video, hopefully this weekend. That basically they're going on two different paths, professionally. But in my opinion, they go from the sexy PDA to the uncoupling professionally. And then eventually they're going to uncouple. They're leading two separate lives, doing two separate things. You have Harry on his 3-week extended solo tour. And then you have Meghan looking like a fool on the red carpet.
Oh, wait a second. Actually, Tiffany, are you calling me a bot? Or are you calling someone else a bot? I thought you were calling me a bot, and that's why I gave you the finger. But then I reread it, and it doesn't sound like at all you're calling me a bot. Bot Ron, Butt Ron. Oh, you're not calling me a bot. You're saying Butt Ron. Oh wow, that's what happens when you have a couple of the old Capri Suns on a Friday. Tiffany, I'd like to wholeheartedly apologize for flipping the bird at you, and I want to say right now that I regret my actions. Okay, I regret my actions as a man and as a professional. Okay, and Ron's. Do you know how many people I have called out? Right? Yeah, Tiffany, I'm sorry. I know. Okay, listen, I'm sorry, Tiffany. I take it all back. Okay, this is not the first time I've done this. This is not the first time I've done this. Okay, I just want to say, all right, I wholeheartedly apologize. I'm so sorry. I don't think you meant to say bot. I think you meant to say but. So you sent me up to fail. All right. So I appreciate. I'm just going to stop talking. Letitia,
Michelle. No, it was Michelle. Michelle was telling us about Meghan and Harry living separate lives. What were you saying, Michelle?
Okay, so basically the story is, how they're trying to reinvent Harry. Harry's trying to get back to his royal roots of being a quasi fake working royal, a philanthropist. That's why he's doing all these charitable things. And then Meghan, they said, is trying to, she's basically focusing on being an entrepreneur, which is hilarious because she sucks at it. Her dolphin investing isn't panning out. But here's the thing, Ron. They're basically admitting that they suck at Netflix and Spotify. It's gone.
Well, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I need to come to Meghan's defense here. Just on the Spotify thing. Like, that's kind of like, saying, hey, I want to do investment banking, and then starting in a top position on Wall Street. Like just get used to the job profile, Meghan. Like oh my god, jumping in for the biggest podcast platform in the world when you've done no podcasting.
Well, she's the Duchess of Sussex. She can do anything.
It doesn't matter if you as a business, if I came to you, Letitia, let's say you are queen of everything, right? And I come to you and I'm like, right, Letitia, podcast, have you got any experience? And you go, no, but I'm Lady Letitia, right? Okay, cool. Somebody at Spotify should have been like, right, we need to get a format, we need to get guests, we need to basically shape this diamond in the rough. Do you see what I'm saying? No one did that. Okay, like I'm not being funny.
Came to her and asked her to create a podcast.
I don't care who called who, but the fact of the matter is, you should look at the resume and go, good chance she's going to make an absolute arse of this. Maybe we should put somebody in charge and put a producer in charge.
They
and
had 28 producers in charge, Ron. 20.
Shut up. Wait. Sorry, I'm sorry. It sounded like you said they had more.
Yes, they did everything. They built a studio in this woman's house.
Yes.
They gave her 2 years, and she did 8 or 12 episodes. And even her producer, Rebecca Soninus, who, by the way, didn't have the greatest things to say about Meghan, who was the head of Archwell Audio, basically said, I invented archetypes. I'm the one who did everything. Meghan literally just went to the studio and went,
okay. But listen. Even then, if they done everything and all she's got to do is turn up and chat, I'm sorry, the 28 people failed miserably. They should all be fired and never work again. You fucked up big time. Okay, because Meghan was never going to be able to pull this off. Okay, Meghan should have had a chitty chatty, light and breezy, fun and engaging podcast, not one that makes you want to cringe. Okay,
but those words don't go with Meghan Markle. She's too serious. She has no sense of humor.
That is also very true. Okay, can I just ask you something, right? If you were working in a kitchen, right, and you had a sous chef, and you were so shit, you had to get 28 other fucking sous chefs, right? At what point do you go, I don't think she can handle 28 producers, mate. 28 producers, mate. Like, I'm sorry, I'm a producer, right? I'm a producer, right? Shane's a producer, okay? This whole channel basically has me, Sean, and Shane, and a few other people behind the scenes. I think we do a pretty good job, right? I think we do a pretty good job, but considering we're producing 20 live streams a week sometimes, and this crazy motherfucker can't pull off one a week with 28 producers. Suck your mum. This is some bullshit. This is some money laundering madness. I'm calling this bullshit. Like this there's no way 28 people messed this up so bad. This is some money laundering transportation crazy. Allegedly. I'm not saying anything about Spotify. They're great.
Yes.
I'm going to say, but they all need to be fired because of Spotify. You fucked up pretty bad. 28 producers.
But here's the thing, Ron. According to rumors, Meghan and Harry, they pitched a lot of ideas that got turned down, that they were just bad. So I think they just slapped this together at the end because they had to come out with something. It was too
outrageous. Outrageous.
Here's the second part of what I was talking about. That we all know that the polo show, the cooking show are going to bomb. Okay, they're going to bomb. So Netflix is going to go away next year in 2025. We all know Spotify is over, but here's the thing I'm really praying for. It'll be a chef's kiss, an early Christmas present to me. Lemonada is the new company, right, that took over for Meghan. It's a women-owned company because she's all about women and whatever. And she's not a girl's girl, right, Letizia? She's not a girl's girl, but she always pretends that she's for women. They're now selling Lemonada. I would love it if Spotify bought it with that.
Actually, can we all go on Twitter right now and tweet at Spotify, please buy lemon? Can you please spike buy Lemonada? Okay, and also as well, I just need to circle back, and I'm sorry, right? Because if somebody if I just need to point it out, if you're paid, how much did they get allegedly paid for the Spotify? Hit me with a number, Michelle.
Well, supposedly they were supposed to get 10 million, but I don't think that they got that.
So if you were paying 10 million for something and then you had 28 producers and none of it was live, I would be praising that they were in breach of contract. Like, I'm not being 28 producers. Like, what are they producing, mate? What did they produce? It's a fucking camera off podcast. What are you producing? What are the I am so listen. So if they're all working 9 hours a day, right? 9 hours a day times 28, right? I'm sorry. Yes, you're gonna have to all deal with this. Okay, the 28 of them, that's 252 man hours a day. Okay, invested in a podcast. This better be the motherfucking gold standard of podcast. Like, this podcast, I mean, this better be insane. 252 man hours a day.
And billboards. They put out billboards. I mean, they spent a lot of money, okay, to build up, and they didn't get subscriptions. It was a bust. They said it was one of the worst deals, and they even said Netflix was one of the worst deals ever with Harry and Meghan. They do not return. They're not a return on your investment.
No.
Why I really do.
So I've actually just found.
That's a good point, Michelle. They're not a good return on your investment.
I've actually just found the merch that was released about Meghan Markle's podcast at Spotify that I believe sums up exactly what we're talking about here. You can't polish a turd. All right. It turns out that you can throw 28 producers. You can throw 28 producers. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what? You wouldn't even. I would see if the person in charge at Spotify, if I was his boss, I wouldn't even fire him. I would beat the piss out of it. I would take him outside and I would beat him. I would open hand slap him a lot. Like, I would be like, "Are you paying attention? You know why this is happening?" Like, I'm telling you now. It's infuriating. Do you know what you can do with 28 producers? Kill it. Is what you can do.
Third-party company that was working with Spotify, I forgot their name, that was supposedly working with Harry and Meghan. But the thing I find hilarious is I keep telling people that if Meghan Markle would have done ASMR, she could have put people to sleep on purpose. It would have been genius because she's boring as hell.
Very.
But the end of the day is, I guarantee you all those people who work with her behind the scenes at Spotify have got stories.
After story.
The bullion, right? You all know they have stories, but they're not going to talk about it publicly.
No,
There's so many people that have stories about them being unprofessional. And part of the reason why they were fired from Spotify is because they didn't deliver what was promised.
How can you not deliver?
They're not listening. Like one of your subscribers said, they don't listen. Meghan is the boss in everything that she does.
Okay, so if you're not listening, if I've 10 million contracted you, Letitia, and you're not listening to what we want from you, you're not delivering. Surely, I mean, I'm sorry, I'm just an idiot on the internet. But it seems to me like if you spend 10 million,
the experts to do what they need to do to make her successful.
Who gives a fuck? I've got her under contract for 10 mil. Dance to my song. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, it's mad. It's really mad.
Well, the fact that Bill Simmons was like, they're lazy grifters. He's never walked back, which I love about him. He stood by his statement. And now the Hollywood Reporter, the Daily Beast, people are no longer afraid of Meghan because they realize she's not anything special.
Didn't the Daily Beast call her a demon?
Yeah, a demon boss and a dictator in high heels. And then she looked like the devil in the red dress on the red carpet.
I've got a banger for you.
Uh-oh.
So Meghan managed to go from no one to marrying a prince when she was effectively in her yacht.
Yes.
Right. And when she is in the public eye and has to use her personality, she's achieved nothing. All right. So Meghan, listen, respectfully, just be like the hot wife that does a madness with her husband. Like, I'm just saying, just do that. Just play that role. Just smile occasionally, make a sandwich. All right, maybe do you know what I'm saying? Maybe do the whole like Princess Leia and Jabba the Hutt scenario. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all. And that sounds fucked up, but just fucking give her a rest, Meghan. I swear to God, I just want to shake her. I just want to shake her, or do the cooking, please.
Ron,
I will have.
Ron, I am ready to become someone's lady of the manor. I have a royal portrait. Romeo and I can travel. I can tell the maid where they missed a spot. I'll cook a roasted chicken. Okay,
I don't know what you're saying here. I don't know what you're saying here, but my brain's interpreted as you'd be a better wife for Harry. I think
totally.
that
I'm ready to.
I'm telling you now. If anyone else has got maybe £8 or £9 million and would like to do a reality TV show where without their permission we just find Harry a new bride, right? I'm fucking so down. Like, could you imagine The Bachelor and it's Harry, right? I'm telling you now, we'd all be watching that. We'd be watching that so hard. Okay, we'd be watching the bullshit, like off-brand version of it where you get all the behind-the-scenes crap that they don't show on the regular version. We'd be glued to that shit. We would be glued to it.
Love is blind, y'all. Love is blind.
Well, that's, you know what, honestly, that's why Hollywood never had her in Hollywood before she married Harry. So she thrusted herself into Hollywood right after she married Harry and thought she was going to be successful. And that's not true, because you wasn't a success before Harry. But just because you got the name of being a royal, you thought, I'm going to be successful at podcasting, Netflixing, writing books, making movies, making some jam and biscuits.
Oh, listen, I'm down for the jam. I would have bought the jam. I'm not being funny. I would have bought the jam. Do you know how many freaking YouTubers would have just bought that jam? Yeah. That's a video right there. If you've got 500,000 subs and high interaction levels, and you can pull 200K out of a jar of frickin' jam, every single YouTube channel would have bought that jam, Meghan. Okay.
Well, she only had 500,000 subscribers, and that's a fall from grace from when she became royalty and had millions of followers as soon as she broke out with her own, channel, her own station.
I think the problem with Meghan is that if she would have came out the gate, if they would have left for Megxit, kept their mouth shut, if she would have reopened the TIG, here's the thing, she already has a trademark on the TIG. She could have just gone back to being Meghan Markle. Here's the TIG. She would have made a fortune because she had a great lifestyle brand. It was already established. That was what she was known for, but she was trying to be uppity. I'm a duchess. I'm American Riviera Orchard. And she's trying to do all these things. She's thinking too big.
And she's not qualified for.
She is a fucking dumbass, man.
And she's not qualified. She can't do it.
That was fucking brilliant advice, Michelle.
She's not popular. You have to be
seriously. Popular. I own 2 trademarks. I had 2 trademarks. I had a clothing line a long time ago, guys. I have an MBA. I have a business background. So I have 2 trademarks and a copyright. So I do know the process, and I do break it down on my channel a little bit. But we
all know about Michelle's sassy night romper extraordinaire evening wear labels. You know what I'm saying?
But the thing that irritates me is, like, she has all these people, and she keeps making these elementary embarrassing mistakes, and now she has to rename her brand. So she should just go back to the TIG. They could have had the American Riviera collection by she should have just been Meghan Markle, right? You could have trademarked your name. Meghan Markle, and here's the American Riviera collection. Like Martha Stewart, I believe she had a collection that was called American Riviera, something very similar to that. But again, she was trying to be uppity. She didn't use
Martha Stewart. Martha Stewart said, no, not today.
Did Martha Stewart not go to jail for being mad? Like, I'm sorry. What is wrong with it? Also, listen.
She went to jail for insider trading. But one thing I will say about Martha Stewart, at least she owned it, and she served her time. She smuggled in seasonings into prison. She did. She did. She was cooking for the people in there. But the funny thing is, she laughs about it and she owns it. And that's what people like about Martha Stewart, is that she didn't take herself too seriously. She did her time. But Meghan Markle would be the victim, right?
Okay. Well, listen, I'm going to say what I think by suggestion of the side chat. Who wants to see a man rescue his dog from a kangaroo and then punch it in the face?
Oh.
Yeah, one of the side. Look, the kangaroo deserves it. Okay. Okay, the kangaroo deserves it, but just put one in the side chat. Put one in the side chat. So, look, I'm going to be honest with you, right? I'm actually having more fun just hanging out with you two on this live stream than I am trying to fucking care about Meghan Markle and her bullshit.
I know. I can tell, Ron. You're not into Meghan.
Like, honestly, it's because I've had a couple of like infused Capri Suns, and I'm just like, it's Friday night. Can we not just talk pish?
He
Like
does not want to talk about
So,
Meghan.
is that an alcoholic beverage, or are we talking about the kid drink?
No, it is definitely not one of those beverages, because that would be against terms of service. Let's watch what happens.
Right.
Also, do you know that dogs in Australia, if you're from Australia, let me know. Do you have to put a harness around your dog's neck so that the kangaroos can't rip your dog's necks out? Because that is mad, right? And whoever's got the patent on that, awful. Okay, so just so this is a man. This is also Mike Tyson dying with laughter.
Have you seen this, Mike?
So you see that thing around the dog's neck?
That's the. Oh, shh. Don't tell Michelle. Don't tell Michelle. Shh. Here we go.
Have you seen this, Mike?
So you see that thing around the dog's neck? That's to protect against the claws of the kangaroo. Yeah. And that's what saved that dog.
Oh, okay. So he squares up. Looks like dude's a southpaw.
Let him go.
Does it?
No, and bro, look
out for it.
Okay. Look at his face. Go back. Look at his face. He's like, I can't.
I'm telling you now.
Up to him like he ready to fight.
Look at that. Look at that physique, right? That has gone from cute, cuddly animal to okay. All right. Okay. When is your mixtape coming out? Do you know what I'm saying? This is some badassery. That he just ate that shot like it was nothing. Nothing.
Those are scary. Those are scary. Those
ate it like it was
look
nothing.
How tall and bulky he is.
Look at the fucking height of it. Look at it. Look at it. It's like, come on then. Come on then. Poof.
He dancing around.
Oh my god. He
Look at its physique, mate.
Kids.
Look, all I'm saying is look at that. Like, I used to think it would be fun to be of such a wealth. This is the stupid crap I would spend my money on. Do you know, you've got the Diddys of the world, you've got the man on the islands of the world, and then you've got me who would be like, right, let's fight a kangaroo. Okay, let's fight a kangaroo and let's do this.
Linda Glass said she had 6 large ones run at her at once in the bush. Oh my god, that would be so scary.
Sounds like a movie I started watching one time. So is this a real thing? Because this kangaroo, it looks like I'm not being funny, right? Let me just take you through this. And if you're here for the royal stuff, I'm pretty sorry, but it's probably come to an end now because we've reached that point where this is more interesting. So right now, I feel like in a certain light, we could say that this is a tender moment between two animals. We've got a little hug action going on here. All right. We've got the little kangaroo who looks tiny. Okay. And then he's like, I'm going to rip his throat out. We'll rip his throat out. And then he just eats a fucking, like, I'm telling you now, animals are like where it's at.
Let me ask you a dumb question. Are kangaroos meat eaters? I thought that I guess he was trying to kill the dog.
I don't know. I don't think, maybe they're just accidental. Maybe it's like it's maybe like when I get overly excited and hug Dan too tightly, and she feels like one of the rabbits that Lenny tries to cuddle from Of Mice and Men. I don't know if you've ever read that, but I feel like I have many Lenny traits when it comes to just, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Do you think maybe that it's just that their claws are messed up and they don't have any empathy because, you know, they're a kangaroo and don't realize that that's a dog? Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Oh, someone said they're herbivores.
Okay.
So they're not carnivores?
Mate, all I'm saying is anything that has a pocket in its tummy to put its babies in, that's mad. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that. I've got one more thing to show you, right? This is science. All right. So you know, I'm going to educate you here. All right. So did any of you ever do this experiment? All right, relax, mate. Did any of you ever do this experiment with sound at school, growing up, or anything like that, where you see the visual representation of sound with sand when you play a violin bow on it? Right now, just again, watch this. Tell me by the time you don't get to the end of this that you don't want the keyboard version of this. All right,
is
just
a
watch
metal
this.
plate. And we sprinkle on some sand. What you see here is completely formless. In other words, there's no pattern at all. Then we take a violin bow and we're going to play the plate with the violin bow. You see a beautiful star appears on the plate. Now, that pattern that forms is basically...
Like, I will be honest with you, this guy's a little dull. I'm just going to skip forward. Watch this now on a freaking keyboard.
An electronic piano.
Wow.
So if you can do that with an electric piano, you can do that with freaking anything, right? So if we've got this linked up to a vibrating plate that is going to vibrate based off of what you put through that shit right there, I would have in the top corner of my live streams every day as I'm talking. It's making all the mad sand shapes. Is that not freaking? If that doesn't blow your mind, okay? Because let me tell you this right now. I watched this the other night and I'm like, so what happens if we amplify that and make the grains of sand bigger? Is that how the pyramids were done? Was it just big sound plates that fucking wobbled a motherfucker in a certain way that it just took it miles? I don't know. I'm a Capri Sunfield man on the internet. I don't know. But it's a beautiful
The pyramids were done by giants.
Okay, yeah, that's the sort of level I'm at. Giants.
Yes.
My G. Of all the people who I thought would have catered to my crap this evening, Michelle, you're the last one.
Oh, I get into that weird stuff, Ron. I do like the ancient aliens and all that stuff. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
do you know
have
what's?
to put a show on that.
Do you know the only annoying thing about ancient aliens is the guy that brought ancient aliens to us. You know the guy with the hair, and he's like, alien.
The weird hair, yeah.
Yeah, he kind of messed that up for everyone ever taking any of this seriously. Just to be clear.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I like that lady, the doctor lady, but it's an interesting show. I just feel like there's a lot of things that we don't know. We'll just say that.
Oh, listen, 100%. Well, there's stuff that I know that most people don't know that I know that is real. So I agree. Also, can I just say, everyone, I'm just going to post a link to a song. Like, this is Hans Zimmer. If you don't know who Hans Zimmer is, you're welcome. Letitia's like, what is happening right now? What is happening right now? Should I call Sean? Is Ron derailed? Like, what is happening right now? A man gets the audience manager to sing his notes and then jumps back. I don't know what you're talking about, but it sounds awesome. All right, it sounds awesome. Love Ancient Aliens, yes. 2 Mile High. Have you heard? Actually, Michelle. Okay, since it turns out you're a crazy person as well. Have you seen the documentary that theorizes that there's no trees left and all we have are tiny shrubs that we know as trees, and all of the big rock formations that look like they've been sliced across the top are actually petrified trees, and it was the Nephilim who cut them down? Oh yes, this is a royal mess, people. Okay, we're talking about the Nephilim and petrified trees. Okay, this is the way it's going. Okay, consider yourself now the designated adult, Lady Letitia. Have you heard that one?
Conspiracy theory I heard was that, like the Grand Canyon in America, they're saying there's parts of the Grand Canyon they've cut off, we're not allowed to go to. People are saying that it leads to Africa. They found pyramids and they found not pyramids, but they found some artifacts that they're like, how did it get there? Like Egyptian artifacts.
Well, so tonight,
that the other side of the canyon goes to Africa.
I believe it.
Wow.
I believe it.
And then,
man.
of course, Antarctica and the whole wall thing. Don't even get me started on that. That's a whole other thing.
What do you think about, right? Like, see, for me, I'm not saying what shape the Earth is, and that's not what we're going to. We're not going to discuss this, right? But I've got some questions about Australia and the Southern Hemisphere. Why can I track a plane and then as soon as it gets near South Africa, it just disappears? And all planes have to turn off that function once they hit that point at the Southern Hemisphere. What they hiding? I'm not saying anything, but why is it the same distance to Australia in time of flight from multiple places around the world that are so far apart from each other that it should be a shorter flight? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I said, there's so many weird things. And I'm one of those people that I go back and forth between round and flat for the Earth. I admit it, because there's just too many weird things. Michelle, the mummies of the Grand Canyon, yes, I'm telling y'all right now, and the Nephilim. Yep.
Yeah, I agree with you. Do you want to hear something else that's intrusive as fuck? So, do you know when people used to get on boats and then settle in places, right? I've got a theory about that, right? How, for a start, the fact that someone could take a boat made of wood and go from the UK to Australia multiple times just to drop off convicts and get there every time based off of the stars and a compass and all that, mind-blowing. How many places do you think got settled because everyone was too terrified to get back on the boat and try and find their way back? Because how many captains do you think were like, I'm just fucking winging this. I hope we end up somewhere. Settlement. Because these are the things that keep me awake at night.
And you know another theory that I heard that kind of freaks me out?
Okay, just avoid the question. Okay, yeah, let's hear your theory. Let's go.
Everything already happened and we're just the leftovers. You know, like
No, there's a better way of putting it, right?
yeah. No, because listen,
intent.
hold on, because the people in the past were so much more advanced than us. I'm like, how are we so dumb? Look at the pyramids, how perfect they are. We can't even replicate that today if we wanted to.
Yes.
With our tech.
I believe it was Ricky Gervais who said it best, right? We are the remnants of the slave race, like you just said, right? We just fucking outbanged the intelligent people. The intelligent race knew that if they overpopulated and just did that, we're going to have a problem. The slave race were like, mate, I got nothing else to do but come home to my wife. Do you know what I'm saying? And we just outpopulated them. They all died out. And then we were just like, anyone seen The Boss? Like, we've built these big pointy things. Anyone seen The Boss? Nah? All right. Okay. Well.
Okay, so Shannon says 99% of Grand Canyon is off limits. It's true the professor and students found hieroglyphics and Smithsonian cut it off. They wrote books about it. Yep.
Okay, 50,000 likes. Me, Michelle, and Letitia, we go raid the freaking whatever it was, the big hole. It's the big hole, right? The Grand Canyon. We go to the Grand Canyon, okay, and we take it back for the people. 50,000 likes.
Okay, you should do a series on it, Ron. We'll talk about conspiracy theories like flat Earth, Antarctica, ancient aliens. Of course, I'm not very versed on it, y'all, but we'll have a conversation.
It's okay. You don't have to be versed. You can just on those subjects. You can talk endless pish. Okay, like endless pish. Like that is basically what ancient aliens is. Okay, it's just endless pish. Okay, most of it is very interesting, but some of it is just like someone got paid for this. All right, someone actually got paid for this.
Yeah, Mary says, Michelle, didn't we have to start over? See, a lot. There's a conspiracy theory, and y'all don't come for me because I love Jesus. I believe in Jesus. But they're saying that what if the resurrection and everything already happened? Like Jesus, we're just
well, if Jesus, listen, I said this a couple of weeks ago. If anyone can't listen, do you tell me in the side chat how this would go? So I'm the Son of God, and I'm like, right, okay, so I'm going to go to a news station, let everyone know I'm the Son of God, and I walk into the news station, right, with no powers other than fish and wine. That's about it, right? Miracles, sure, but they don't have any pizzazz in 2024, okay? And he walks into the news station, he goes, "Oh, how you doing, mate? I'm Jesus. It's me. Can I get on the news just to tell everyone?" How do you think that's going down in 2024, man?
Not too good.
Jesus could be here, okay? Jesus could already be here, but he is disappointed right now. He is like, I was lied to by the PR team. This ain't 2,000 years ago. Shit, we're going to need to. We're going to do
1,000 years. He's waiting another 1,000 years to do a refresh.
Yeah, and I'm telling you now, I wouldn't blame the people of 2,000 years ago if Jesus was like in South Park, as exactly as he done it in South Park, where he's like, so everyone just turn around. I'm going to make this wine and fish multiply. Turn around. Everyone turn around and close your eyes. And then he just gets a bag out and puts it up on the table. This is 2,000 years ago. This is 2,000 years ago. If you go back in time with a Bic lighter, 2,000 years ago, go back in time with a Bic lighter and just turn it on once, you're a god. You are now written into the history as the fire god. Okay? Just to put it in perspective here. Okay.
Ron, someone said Jesus may have a YouTube channel.
Do you know what? I'm not being funny. I don't think he would. I think he would have a TikTok channel. I feel like Jesus would be like a really cool creator on TikTok. Okay. But Jesus is, listen, do you know what? I'm not a Christian, but if there's ever an argument for the devil being in charge of the world, making it impossible for the return of Jesus, it's literally the existence we're in right now. I'm just saying. Okay. People would more. Sorry, let me go. I'm
yourself in big trouble.
Who would get me?
Jesus, sweetheart, you'll be saved. I'm telling you, it's true, 100%. Even if you don't
listen. Don't come at me with your "I need saved" pish. Okay, I've met my God. I don't need blind faith in some dude. Okay, I don't need. Listen. I'm very respectful, but don't ever fucking try and save me, my G.
No.
Okay?
That's not what I said. I said. If you ever find yourself in trouble with some like scary stuff that
Yeah,
happened.
I've got it taken care of, mate. Jesus
call him-
is
He was
Jesus
saying,
is a
"Call
new
him."
kid on the block, man. I've got older, more older things than Jesus on my side.
Okay.
And
Okay.
yeah. Listen, I love you. I respect it. I
Yes.
respect it. I appreciate it actually, because you know, that's a nice thing to say. But
Yes.
nah, Jesus is the sort of person, if he came back, we would be, Jesus and I would be friends, okay? Brilliant friends. And I'd be like, fucking hell, mate, what are you all about? Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Me and Jesus would be very good friends. I'm not mocking Jesus, okay? And anyway,
Yes.
I've got my own religion. You're talking to somebody who believes he has met his deity, right? And that's why he has faith, is because he experienced something that made him believe. Whereas I can't do blind faith. I can't do it. But Jesus and me could be buddies, 100%, 100%. Also,
What-
I will be clear, I believe in all of your gods. There's room for us all, okay? I believe that my gods exist, your gods exist, all the gods exist, all right? I
Well,
do apologize, Anne. I do
let me-
apologize. Sorry. I will try my best. Let me try this
yes,
one.
let me just tell people a really
Sorry. I'm so
tell
sorry.
people a really sweet story that happened in Florida right now. Y'all know we have hurricanes, and
Yep.
there was a lady. She has an animal sanctuary, and she was crying, and she refused to leave her land with her animals. She refused to evacuate. So what happened was she took holy water, and she's did all the barns and everything, and she was crying, and she went in her house, and she woke up the next morning, and all of her animals were alive. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm calling.
That's a nice story, Michelle.
I'm calling bullshit.
It's a really bad hurricane right now.
I believe it.
Oh wait, is this a modern story? This
No,
isn't like.
this just happened like a couple of days ago in Florida.
Okay, yeah, then I believe it now. Okay, I believe it now. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I believe it.
That's all I'm going to say. That's all, and it was a category 5, and it went down to a category 2 because of prayer. That's just my opinion. Y'all don't have to believe me, but I say we got saved because that storm was going to annihilate Florida.
Yes, it was. It was.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame.
I believe it.
It's a shame. It's a shame they don't listen to all the prayers of the little choir boys, and they listen to the prayers of a woman about her horses. It's a selective.
Horses, cows, sheep, her entire farm. She was in the eye of the hurricane, and she put.
Wow.
She was crying.
I think
woke up.
That is I like that story. That's like
hallelujah.
I'm just saying, we need to check if there's any missing kids in those areas. I think she was doing some sacrificial shit and then using Jesus for PR. All right, I'm just putting that out there. Okay, I'm gonna go and get an Capri Sun. You guys can talk about Jesus until I get back, if you want. I don't care.
No.
We'll back in a minute.
But I just wanted to share that story.
Jesus.
Really
Thanks
bad.
for sharing that, Michelle. That was really nice.
Yes, I have a sister and my nephew. They all live in Florida, and praise the Lord that they were okay. And Andy, another, Popcorn Palace, he was in Tampa. Really bad. It's anyone, and I just pray that everyone is okay. It's been a horrible storm. And another YouTuber was without power for like 10 days because they were in South Carolina.
Wow.
I'm just very grateful that it went from a 5 to like a 2, I think, because if that would have just been devastating, right?
It would have.
Story, no matter what your faith is, I was so happy. She had horses, she had donkeys, cows, and she had to leave them all in the structures, because she couldn't take and she put the water in, they were all safe. So
I'll tell you right now, Dan, my girlfriend, my fiance, sorry, right? I'm telling you now, she would have not left those animals. And I know it sounds stupid, and I'm not criticizing the woman who left the animals, but I would have to make some very tough decisions. Okay. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well,
when it's appropriate.
Get her in the car. Get Dan in the car, Ron.
Like, is it appropriate to knock a motherfucker out if it saves her life? Discuss.
Oh, yes.
Oh no, she ain't coming willingly. Oh, she ain't coming willingly. She wouldn't come willingly.
Like you're drowning or something, and the person is drowning you too at the same time.
No. I mean, like if your fiance's mental and there's a category 5 hurricane coming, and she's like, "I'm staying with the donkeys." I'm like, sound. Is it okay to knock a motherfucker out if it's going to save their life? In fact, let's not discuss this. Let's not even discuss this at all. All I'm saying is I would do anything to protect Dan. So she'd probably get put in a burlap sack. That would be it. Just a sack attack over the shoulder.
But everything's okay. I think there might be another one that they say might be forming, but I just really hope it doesn't.
Would you not just let all the animals run loose, though? If you think they're going to die, is it not a mess?
Because they can fend for themselves. Couldn't they couldn't they, they have those survival skills.
And they text. They keep in touch with each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and they were saying that Jen from the Real Housewives, I think she calls herself. She went to the Silly Twins because she lost power. She was in Florida, so it affected a lot of people. But but the positive note, I like seeing stories of people helping each other and animals being rescued.
Oh, I tell you something. There would be photos of Lisa, right? Like she would go and hotwire the biggest van she could find, and there would be stories of a woman driving with 50 small breed dogs, all hanging out the side of a freaking pickup truck going through Florida right now. I'm just telling you right now. She ain't leaving nothing. She ain't leaving nothing. Okay, she ain't leaving nothing.
But going back to our previous story, I think a lot of people, Ron, would be interested in us doing those conspiracies. So we'll have to do that next time about the ancient aliens or the Earth stuff. Because TikTok is a wealth of information. If you guys are on TikTok, I always follow those people. They do such great research on those videos.
If you're ever short of 40 minutes of content, just go to Beyonce's comment section on our Instagram. It's a madness, man. Like, we're not going to get into it just now, but I'm telling you, this Diddy thing is crazy. Anyway, but you carry on with what you're saying.
Yeah, I hear you.
Michelle, what do you think about the P. Diddy situation? Have you even I haven't heard your take on it.
I'm not that interested in it, but I've never liked him, to be honest. But from what I've heard, it's just very sad and it's disgusting. Why he got away with it for so long, kind of like a Weinstein.
Yes.
I'm just by it, and I hope they're all exposed. Is all I got to say.
How he got away with it for so long?
Do you want to continue to ask Michelle questions that she hates answering, and we'll just team up on her, Letitia, and we'll just ask her like,
she answered it.
This could be the new game. This could be the new game.
I saved you, Mister. I came in and helped you with he was sitting there trying to talk about fashion.
Okay, so dark web red rooms. Michelle, go.
No. Ron, I'm gonna knock you out.
I tell you what though, if it wasn't for the astronomical fee that you attach to it, we've got how do I put this in a way? Oh, who's that? Oh, see, this is what happens when you accidentally post. Oh no, it's Cynthia. Cynthia, I thought I was posting the Discord link, and I posted the link to the panel in the side chat. Okay,
you're good.
How are you doing? What's been happening?
Oh God, my work-life balance has been so. I've been.
Do you know what's really funny? And I'm just going to talk a bunch of pinch now. You're one of these people whose sort of quirky outward personality and level of education blow my mind. Right, because they're so like honest to God, you're so. Are you not doing your doctor? You're not doing your what is it? You're doing your doctors, right? Or what?
Yeah, my PhD. Yeah, I'm
big boy school. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's just a really expensive piece of paper that says you know how to do a study and teach a class.
Yeah, awesome. but you get called Dr. Cynthia after that, right?
Oh, yes.
Worth it. Fucking worth it.
I know you're a doctor now. That's like the thing.
Yeah. I know. I told my people are always like, "You're gonna make everybody call you like my kiddos."
I would,
but like,
listen, you know that you're gonna have so many moments where you're filling out a form online, and it's like name Mr. or Mrs. and you're gonna be like, fucking peasants, not me, you peasants, and you're gonna be clicking doctor, and you're gonna be like. Hell yes.
My committee chair, she's like, wait till you get to do a restaurant reservation with doctor. She goes, you get better seats.
Yes, everything becomes better with doctor.
When do you graduate, Cynthia?
Let me just say this to everyone watching in the side chat. It is basically the only title that they will not ask for ID if you book a table under doctor. Okay, so basically we can all be doctors until it comes to practicing the field. All right, so the perks are out there. The perks are there.
Miss Royal JLT, I should be finished by Christmas. I'm running my data right now.
Done.
It's been 6 years. Yeah, we're done.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Do you need 28? Do you need 28 producers as well, mate? 6 years. That's But it's a book you're writing. It's not just a paper. Don't just say it's a
like
paper.
a dissertation, right? It's a
When the
dissertation.
bitch gets
Yeah.
leather, once a motherfucker's leather bound, that is past being a
They are.
paper. Okay,
They are.
like if
So
you can
it's-
defend yourself with it in a home attack against a melee situation, then
I
it
don't
ain't a
need a
paper.
gun. I can just.
Yeah, do you know what I'm
I'll
saying?
just be like,
So just
"Here, read this."
you specialize in something pretty mental, though, right? Like it's quite harrowing and serious what you do. You're one of the people who, like,
Yeah.
honestly, it's like
Yeah. So
it's
I
like
choose.
it's like
Yeah.
trauma that goes along with your job, right? So just talk about it a
Yeah.
little bit because
Yeah. So I specialize in child and adolescent developmental psychology. So I work with kids and youth that have like extreme developmental disabilities, extreme behaviors, like we all do a lot of this with each other.
Yeah.
Extreme behaviors. And those are the kids I love, like the super, super challenging kiddos and their families. And then when I started in my career, PhDs are not hard work.
oh, listen, it's just funny, mate. It's just funny. Of course they're not. Of course they're not. That's why we all have a fucking PhD, mate.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Aha.
But my master's, but there's no way I'm doing a PhD.
Nothing difficult about a doctorate. Nothing at all. Fucking hell.
But
Right.
fun early on in my career. And I got to talk with this in the kiddos in my classroom that we have. And I think our mental health therapist was like, oh my God, please don't tell these kids what you used to do. My undergrad is in criminology and corrections. And I specialized in sex offenders and I specialized in pedophilia.
So what do you think about P. Diddy?
Yeah.
Oh, P. Diddy is like so fascinating.
Analyze him.
Yeah. So like not surprising. Like let's be brutally honest. We know this happens. We know that these super ultra rich people have weird tastes. We know that they do.
If you can talk for like 15 minutes on this, I can get a decent monetizable clip out of this fucking live stream.
Okay.
It'll probably be the only one. So let's go for it. Tell us all about Diddy from a professional point of view, guys. This was totally planned. This is what you came here for.
Yeah. So like he's part of like it's bigger than him. It's bigger than him. He needs to stop saying that he's going to testify because if he keeps saying he's going to testify and talk, I don't think he's going to last too long in prison, if you know what I mean. Epstein.
Yeah,
Right?
well, that's it. I mean, and the
Get
5th of
Epstein.
March,
Like,
the 5th of March, mate. Oh, I'm not meant to be interrupting you. I'm going to be quiet.
no,
Sorry.
no, you're fine.
I'm
Like,
clip
stop
farming.
talking. Stop talking because he's got big, powerful people that have been to his parties that have done things. I have to tell you who I now have such a level of empathy for. And I'm not like a huge fan of Justin Bieber's music, but he is a Canadian kid and I'm Canadian, right? So like, you know, he's Canadian. I have such a level of empathy for Justin Bieber because I think that young man went through some horrible stuff back in his younger days because he was part of P. Diddy's crew. And like P. Diddy was like, yeah, I have custody of him for 48 hours. And you're like,
Yeah.
no, you shouldn't have custody of a child for 48 hours. And so, yeah, like this is what happens. These people get ultra wealthy, ultra famous, ultra powerful. And some are good with it and manage it. But some people already had weird stuff they were into doing, which to each their own, do your thing, man, do your thing. But
yeah, consenting adults isn't the thing, right? I mean,
no, they like kids, but they like kids because they have power over those kids. And then on top of the power that they have over those kids want to make it big in the music industry. And those kids' parents want their kids to make it big in the music industry. So what do? Like, we all know the Disney kids. Like, we all know the Disney kids. It was like, here, sit on his lap and let me bounce you and tell you how pretty you are, Brittany. Like...
You see, but the thing is, right, how when we look at the music industry, the film industry, the child entertainment industry, it all seems to be the same thing, right? So how can we at this point we even deny that it's not all connected and it's not all interlinked? We've got a series starting this week, Diddy and the Cult of Fame, where we're looking at Diddy, we're looking at Schneider, and we're looking at Weinstein, and then we're going on to a second series the week after that, where we're looking at the possibility of, you know, ritualistic groups, you know, when you go to the next level above. And let me ask you, Cynthia, in your work, have you ever encountered survivors of ritualistic abuse? This is taking a serious turn, huh? Yeah. This is the realness. This is the realness right now.
And the awful thing of it is that we hear about Usher, who brought some of these young people to P. Diddy, but we also suspect Usher was originally one of P. Diddy's victims.
Well, what if the deal was,
And
right?
Will Smith's
when
son,
Usher-
Jaden.
What
You
if
know.
the deal was if Usher was having to do things when he was coming up, and he either had to supply other kids or his kids? Do you see what I mean? If you got yourself into a situation as a pre-pubescent teen that carries over to your kids being on the line, like it's a different perspective when the blackmail element is added. Now, I'm not saying Usher's innocent. I'm not saying that the right thing to do is fucking hand over a bunch of children, but I'm just saying on a debatable moral level open discussion, which we're not going to have, it could be a situation like that, if you see what I'm saying.
Yeah. And when you grow up conditioned like that too, I think there's still a lot of people in the entertainment industry that think it's normal to have some level of sexual favoring and things happening to get where you want to be in the entertainment industry. What blows me away the most is the whole Beyonce thing. When you look at how many of the music industry, when they win an award over her, the pure look of fear on their face and that constant, like, I just want to thank Beyonce. She's my hero. She inspired me. But like, shit. Like, you just won the Grammy. Talk about yourself. Thank your mom. Thank your dad.
Yeah, but that's maybe not the deal.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Like, if we're going to talk about the bigger picture, and allegedly some people whose names might rhyme with Shmionce, right, and Shmazy, right, they might rhyme with that. Okay, have a lot of, like, for me, the mainstream, the reporting is great, but Beverly, I believe her name was, the remote viewer who we had on the show and Sean interviewed, she spoke about the dark energies of the world, and that's my language, right? That's my language. And she said that Shmishmonshe, right, and Shmokra were two of the darkest energies on the planet. So are we looking at the old in Shmokra and the new in Shmishmonshe? In that sort of situation, I think that's credible, because I believe in a lot of weird shit that a lot of you probably don't. In fact, a lot of I would be classed as a heretic. Do you know what I'm saying? A lot of you Christians would be burning me a few hundred years ago, you little rascals. You little rascals.
Jesus was considered a heretic, so we love you, Ron.
I don't need your fucking love, motherfuckers. I don't need anyone.
Oh my goodness!
Okay, I don't need anyone freaking anything.
Kids yesterday came up with what the fuck he called
I appreciate it though.
Motherfucking bitch cunt. That was a word that that was
what? So today friendly, YouTube friendly.
Yeah. Listen, Queenie, if you're watching, I want to apologize, Queenie, to all of Queenie's fans. Queenie just died a little bit inside when she heard the C word there. Okay, Queenie, I'm sorry. Please be asleep somewhere. Okay. Okay. Sorry. I'll carry on.
So there's indigenous beliefs. Many indigenous cultures believe. I mean, there's spirits. There's energies. There's things there. There's a ton of history to it.
There's things that have lived and passed on, and there's things that have never lived. Do you see what I'm saying? And there's people that there's things that come in and out. It's a bit mad. Do you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people ask me about my beliefs and things like that. So maybe if you want to come and join the Discord, maybe I'll have a bit of a drunken rant not drunken. No. Yes. Why is it family friendly? It's freaking 10 to 11 at night. Legally, we're past the watershed in the UK. We're past the watershed, man. I don't know what. I mean, fair dues. A lot of you aren't in the UK, but it's not my problem. So listen, Cynthia. So with your training, have you ever heard of? Did I just ask you about ritualistic victims?
You did, yeah.
And did you answer that?
No, I didn't really. We got it.
Literally no knowledge of any of your answer. We'll touch on it because it's something that I think John Wedger brings to the table massive amounts of this, and it's something that I think even the most hardcore newbie to being woke sometimes struggle with the reality of ritualistic abuse and things like this. Have you ever had any elements of that in the work that you've done with kids? Hopefully not. Okay, like the right answer is no. Do you know what I mean? But have you ever had any experience with that?
I know individuals that have worked with those kids that have grown up in that type of environment, and we talk about it. And it's And the thing is, kids learn from their environment. So unfortunately, sometimes we see them become adults that just carry on those patterns because, like, they grow up, it's normalized, it's drilled into their head, they're traumatized, and they just repeat the pattern. Like, the Church of Latter-day Saints right now is under a lot of, like, you know, we're starting to see some stuff on social media about them and the ritualized, you know, the use of
listen,
girls as brides, right? Like child brides. It happens. It's happening.
Well, here's the thing: are those people in an expert field that you're not part of? Because I feel like you're either totally involved in it or you're not involved in it. From the people that I've interacted with, you don't just dip your toe into that stuff.
You're either in or you're not. Like the P. Diddy parties, like the people that were not into that, they knew get out by 11, and they said it.
I don't even think it was by 11. I think it was, imagine like separate rings. You know what I'm saying? On the outside ring, it's like normal people that have been invited, plus all the celebrities. And then there's the next inner ring where maybe there's like narcotics. And then there's the next inner ring where maybe there's like stripper poles and there's like some people giving it in the corner. You've got to understand my experience with the PDF files and the dark web, surface web communities where they filter people through. There's so many rings because, you know, the last thing you want is a goody two shoes, right? Coming into your freaking R-word room. Am I right? So it's when Cat Williams in his stand-up from years ago, he said, he was talking about Diddy parties. And he says, you know, you're walking around them Diddy parties and then you walk into the wrong room. And you see some stuff. Because I'm not being funny. I'm not being funny. I think a lot of adults are pretty. I think a lot of people, if they were to look at consensual adult things on one side and actual criminality on another, they can kind of define the two pretty well. Whether you're into that sort of thing, whether you think about that sort of thing or not, it doesn't matter. From a moral standpoint, I think we can all agree consenting adults doing consenting things, okay. But everything else is not. And you know for a fact that there is how easy it would be to weaponize people at the first ring. Because the mainstream media and people ain't going to distinguish the way we're distinguishing. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you think then by this weaponization of just circumstance, right? Do you think we're going to see people being thrown under the bus? Where do you think this is going to go with the Diddy case? Why do you think so many people are quiet? Let me know your thoughts.
Well, I think a lot of people are scared. I mean, he's facing a lot of jail time. They don't want to go to jail. These folks don't want to go to jail because they don't do well in jail. P. Diddy is not going to do well in jail. He's going to be a high profile inmate. He's going to have like a price tag on his head because if you can get Diddy down, you are going to be like the biggest, baddest bitch on the cell block.
Well, that's right as well.
Let me ask you a question. Isn't Harvey Weinstein getting released?
Oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Listen, we've got Harvey Weinstein, right? Charges dropped. Bill Cosby walking free. The guy in Germany who was arrested for he's already walked free, mate. He's been out for months. So the German guy that allegedly killed Madeleine McCann, all charges dropped. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to understand the media is a madness, mate. It's a mad. I'm pretty sure Bill Cosby's free. Let me just. I might.
Let me ask you a question, Ron. Let me ask you
a couple of years.
Okay, but here's the difference. Let me play devil's advocate. I'm going to play Ron. So, Bill Cosby was basically acted by himself. Then we had Weinstein basically acted by himself, but with the person with the disgraced billionaire who had an island, he's different, and Pidler is different too, right? Do you think he's going to sing like a canary?
Fuck yes. Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah, he's gonna sing like a freaking canary. He's already talking about he wants to testify. He is gonna throw them all under the bus effort.
I think he's gonna end up like the disgraced billionaire. That's what I think.
Well, let me tweak your question.
He's gonna throw him under the bus. You think it's because he doesn't want to go down alone?
You're missing the point. If you're going to scream like a canary, you do it to the FBI and you take a deal. There's a law in America that lets you take the charge of a crime but not admit guilt of the crime. Okay, so imagine if he gets 5 years for all of this in a plea deal, works with the FBI, then is released in 3.5 after good behavior, and his record states that none of the crimes that he was associated with he admitted guilt to or will acknowledge, but he took a deal, he's a good guy. How many people do you think, and I'm telling you now, we talked about this in the Daily Show, I've got more faith in Diddy walking free, no charges. No charges. Diddy walks free, no charges. I'm thinking that.
I don't think he's going to walk free. No, I don't think so. He's going to go down with the ship. But I personally think he, like you said, he's high profile. There's too many important people who don't want him to talk.
Yeah.
I think he's going to end up like,
the billionaire.
The billionaire.
And the thing
and
with
we have that Maxine lady still in prison, which I'm surprised.
Me too.
And the thing with correctional staff, they don't make very good money. So if a coffee can full of cash arrives on their doorstep,
yeah, that's the thing.
Cameras get turned off. Mm-hmm.
Well, here's the thing as well. You've no idea how much for a normal person like a prison guard, me sending 2 Polaroids of his wife dropping his kids off at school and me saying you're going to take the deal will impact him, even though nothing's really going to happen. Like for some people, that is enough. Do you know what I'm saying?
Someone in the comments said that the Diddler, he filmed a couple of people. So obviously,
a couple of people. He filmed everyone, mate. He filmed everyone. If you went for a piss in Diddy's house, he's got it on film. The only reason
cameras everywhere.
But I don't think any of the people at the parties are going to go down. I think it's just going to all land on the Diddler.
But do you think we'll hear about those people that was at the party, like those famous people?
Because look at the billionaires list has been out for years, and there's
nothing.
no arrest.
Nah. The FBI. See if he's got politicians, foreign politicians, world leaders, people of influence. The FBI are going to be like, all right, mate. So you've got Jimmy from Shanghai politics getting ramshanked in your videos. This will be good for our war against China. Like, you've got to understand, when you have a house raided like Diddy's and they walk out with a fucking 1 box of stuff and a bag, that's Diddy's friends on the payroll going in. I said that I compared this to if, you die and you've got in your will for your best friend to go to your house and delete your internet history and get that box of like adult videos out from under the bed in case your wife finds it. That's the vibes that house raid gave to me. It felt like his friends on the payroll went round there to grab the really bad stuff. Also, as well, we've been going 2.5 hours and we're going to keep going, but I'm going to go and quickly phone Dan because she's awesome and I love her more than I love you guys. I'm just saying she's freaking awesome. So give me 5 minutes, keep it going, and I love you guys.
Yeah.
Hello, Cynthia.
Hello.
I was just thinking about you, Cynthia, the other day. I was like, gosh, I miss the Royal Mess, and I never see Cynthia because I, like you, have been like buried with work and my eye condition and everything. And I saw poor little Ron over here talking fashion. I'm like, oh, someone needs to help him. Came over here, and then Letizia came.
What's going on with your eye, Michelle?
Well, I was diagnosed with 2 eye conditions. I'm not blind or anything, but they were causing me to have blurry vision, double vision. It's really hard for me to see, and I work on a computer 12 hours a day trying to do videos. So that's one of the reasons why I stepped back from the Royal Mess, was I just needed more time to recuperate. But I'm getting better, guys. It's starting to get better. 6 months later, I'm starting to be almost normal. So I'm feeling a little bit better. Maybe the weather might be helping. I don't know. I'm hoping. And I think Ron has an eye problem too. I was going to talk to him about that. I have extreme dry eye, evaporative dry eye, where the membrane of the front of my eye dries out, where you feel like you have a foreign object in your eye.
Ooh, yeah, burns.
And then I have blepharitis, which is like this stuff that you get in your eye that looks like pink eye, and so my eyes would crust over and I would have double vision. It was really bad, but I think I'm turning a corner finally. Anywho, so I was thinking about you the other day. I was like, I haven't seen Cynthia for a while.
It's been busy. My job has just been crazy, and there's been a lot of trouble with it, and it's been very hopefully in the next couple weeks it'll get its shit together. And sometimes you have someone that you have to work with that's like, and so we've been dealing with that to solve that problem. And so that's been fun. Yeah, like it's.
So Cynthia, have you heard about Meghan in the red dress?
Like, what was with her hair? She looked like she stepped out of the shower and it was just, bleh. I mean, she left it wavy because she's got curly hair. Yeah, the whole children's hospital thing. I just like I can't. So my understanding is she wasn't invited. She didn't have seats, but she showed up on the red carpet, which they knew she was coming. I mean, there's no way they didn't know she was coming. But it was very weird. Her and her little assistant or somebody that was with her that had the beautiful shimmery.
Wasn't that dress beautiful?
Yes, and she was clung to her like flies on shit. Like it was ridiculous. The poor woman.
Yeah, it looked real fake.
Like it was gross. And then like it's admirable that she tried to like rewear something and get it remade. If it was anybody but
why are we fucking talking about this bitch's dress again? Who did this? Was it Letitia? Was it? Yeah, I'm watching you.
I like find her with my fingers.
Just saying. If you're interested, go back to the beginning of the stream when Ron gave her shit.
Know why?
Dress, okay? All right.
Because I told them how I came over here and saved you. We've copied fashion.
Oh, you definitely saved me. Big shout out to all of my wonderful people who saved us.
Ron's like, I'm gonna go make another call now.
Yeah. No.
Well, Ron's having a good time. All right, I'm just telling you.
Reasons.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just actually.
She don't have the this.
She doesn't have the fill out.
No.
Yeah.
It didn't sit right on her boobs, right?
Yeah.
I can't. For me, this is my thing, right? And I get flack sometimes for people. Oh, you're one to talk. Look at you in your sweatpants and your bun. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm Joe Schmo. Like I'm not a multi-millionaire.
Just ask them how many years into their doctorate are they? How many years in your PhD are you? Fuck you. Right. That's your call. That's your comeback for everything for the rest of time now. Just to be clear.
But like, I'm not a multi-millionaire because if I was, I would not look like I would make sure when I'm stepping out the door. Victoria Beckham does it best. When I'm stepping out the door, every time I am going to be the pinnacle of hair, makeup, fashion. Like I'm going to look good.
I'd go the opposite way just to fuck with people. Right. Like I'd go the complete I'd be like homeless people. I'd be buying homeless people's clothes and giving them loads of money for it.
Oh, I would be doing that too. Don't get me wrong.
Traumatize people in public. Yeah. Okay.
But like, yeah, like it just, and it doesn't get me wrong, like day-to-day stuff, you catch me going to Starbucks, yeah, 100% I'm gonna be in sweatpants and a bun, like that's a given. But like going to an event like that with her money, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah. Yeah.
Literally studying to be a doctor and you're asking her about fucking Meghan Markle's dresses and shit. It's a huge opportunity to get insights from a world that half the words Cynthia says I don't even understand. Right? I'm just like, oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Well, this is nothing. This is not.
Oh no, on a serious note though, because I'm just busting Letitia's chops.
That wrapper of cheese is like the round cheese with the red on it.
Oh, the what do you call them things? I love
that. Letitia, you ate that as a kid, right? Just tell us straight. So did Dan. Okay, Dan didn't know that was wet.
If you peel it, it looks like the front of her dress. There was this picture, and it pulled down, and it had that V shape, and it was so funny.
Yeah, I love it, Letitia. I just outed Dan as a wax muncher for no reason. Holy shit. I just want to say there's still close to 1,300 people on Twitter. There's like almost 700 people on Twitter right now, almost 600 on YouTube. You watching this is the reason this is happening. All right. Yeah, okay. So yeah, Baby Bell cheese, man. How can anyone accidentally eat the wax off the cheese? Okay. I'm just kidding. All right.
Those are the ones that wind up on my caseload. I'm just saying.
Although, like, I could go to town on a bag of Baby Bells. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like, cheeses. Anything tiny enough to make me feel like a giant. I like holding them and feeling powerful. Do you know what I'm saying?
I love cheese. I love the little mini cheeses. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm all for it. All right. Well, listen. Since okay, it's 2.5 hours. Okay, I think I'm a big fan of quitting when I'm ahead, right? And I think this could descend into madness. So what I want to do is I'm just going to post the Discord link. If anyone else would like to continue the waffling that has been my streaming capabilities this evening, come and join the Discord, including any of the panel members. It's good fun. It's full of grown-ups. Come and join us.
Oh my god, too funny.
All right, because I don't need to go and splash water on my face. No, listen, I'm sorry, Margie. Okay, I'm sorry. Sometimes you've got way up almost 900,000 subscribers in my job, right? And banter, right? Sometimes you just gotta go. Do you know what I mean? And I don't trust myself. I don't trust myself at all. I
can tell you, me and T have done a couple lives on the TikTok side of things, and we've gotten into the adult grape juice, and we have to like eventually shut it down because it just gets so crazy. It's hilarious.
All I'm saying is if you ever expect the Royal Mess to be on, right, and for some reason it's not on, and you see this thumbnail, okay, don't panic. Just come to it. Also, as well, there's nothing gay about it. Okay, I just like pink.
I love it.
Okay,
yeah.
So I'm just letting you know, if you ever see this, it's just because we're taking a break or whatever. Come and join us. It's going to be fabulous. And yeah, so
It's very 80s. I love it.
yeah.
That's
really
like Miami
nice.
Vice. It's very Miami Vice.
Yeah.
Wait.
Okay, I never watched Miami Vice. I find pink very calming. All right. I mean, you never have guessed. Do you know what I'm saying? So actually, these are just stolen from my girlfriend. If these had been black, I still would have stole them. It had nothing to do with the Barbie or the pink. Although I did steal a matching set. So I'm just saying. All right. Well, listen. First of all, Michelle, thank you for saving my ass because I could have tried to stretch out ripping into Meghan's fashion for an hour and a half, and we've made it 2.5 hours. Thank you, Letitia. Thank you, Cynthia. I know that a lot of your, finishing times and stuff sort of impede on you coming on. So that's no drama there. People in the side chat, no secrecy dramas there. I don't know what else. I think that's about it, really.
It was really fun to be on the Royal Mess. I missed you guys. I haven't been back.
Yeah.
I know.
Sometimes I sleep for so long, I wake up missing myself. So I understand. All right. I understand. Well, listen, come and join the Discord, okay? Because that's the thing. And then we'll all talk more shite. I mean, we'll all have more adult conversation. I'm sorry for it's Friday after Watershed. I can swear for one. Okay.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So again, keep an eye out for this. And everyone that you are used to seeing will be here, just so you know, if that ever happens. All right, let's just. We good? Everyone just wave. Let's do like 1980s TV show where we just all smile and wave.
Bye.
Like and subscribe.